Simple just got Brimstone, and then Brimstone go bad.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright.
I currently,
And then I got
I, I,
Quad Shot.
I got Infestation, and then from Infestation, I got a Demon Beggar, and he just wouldn't pay out, but I had a shit ton of hearts just around me, so I casually have more flies than you probably should.
DPS go crazy.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so I I think everything's okay. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Others Game here. I'm joined with 5 others, and we're gonna be doing D&D. Shy Fry is also gonna be
Wait,
part
the
of
French.
this, so you know.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
okay, it's D&D akin. I just refer to all systems as D&D. All right.
We don't even
If
get
It's
a
D&D
countdown.
akin.
talk D&D, you know what makes sense.
It's D&D akin. All systems are D&D to me because they're all akin to each other. All right.
Yes, yes.
Makes sense. Makes much sense.
I don't bother with trying to differentiate them. There's no point. Just like,
Only if I had like safety scissors, this would go.
but yep. So we're gonna be doing that, and once everyone is ready and we're all ready to go, we'll start. Cause I'm ready to start whenever. So just let me know when y'all are.
I've been
I
ready.
at least know 3 people are ready.
Is
Yes,
everyone ready?
Oh, I
Okay.
can pause
You
this and pick
start.
up at any time, so I'm ready whenever.
All right. Well, everyone, place your tokens on the map if you can. It's just visual aid. It's not really gonna do anything. It's just there for your benefit, really. I can't draw, so we don't have art for it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I did it.
The noises. I forget how to voice my.
Second mistake.
you make a blank token,
Ta-da!
add the image, and just drag it in. The token
I
don't
did
need any
it.
stats or anything.
Yippee.
Yeah, I've done this before, so give me a quarter of a second.
I've never done this either, so hold on.
Like, which I find funny because
Oh.
I am doing a D&D myself, but they made their thingy. Is that fun? Smackers.
Alright, while y'all are doing that, I guess I should set the scene. So, how it started. About, say, 5-ish years ago, All for One found each of you at your lowest point in life. Some of you were, like, born with powers, but they weren't great, and some of you were born with no powers, and then you agreed to be mutated or experimented on to gain your powers. The only condition was to have this, uh, well, happen. You agreed to become reserve members that were held in cryostasis chambers, held within a secret lab somewhere in the states in the Grand Canyon of Arizona. So after rigorous experimenting and just training and all that, y'all were basically put into chambers until one of two things happened. Either All for One won the final war and successfully passed it to Shigaraki. In that case, you would have been his underlings. Or the actual event that did take place, All for One lost the final war. And as a last ditch resort, your like chambers were opened by just events triggering them. It's a world of heroes and tech. All right, deal with it. The news triggered them to open. All right, and All for One is no more. Shigaraki is no more. There are not really many villains who roam the world at this point. It's like street thugs and crap. But y'all are free to do pretty much whatever you want. You're villains. You don't have any restraint, really. So that's where we start off with. Who would be the first to like push open the cryostasis chamber since awakening? Who would be the first?
Definitely not me.
I'm still trying to figure out how to place a token.
Closer.
We just have this
Here,
one.
I'm trying to.
We just
I'm
have
making
one of the
some-
people.
I
I'm
would
closer,
break
I'm closer.
out. I would wake up, break out the
No, we just
silence
stay asleep.
We just have.
cryostasis,
Wait,
and
wait.
then just be like, 5 more minutes.
No,
And just go back to sleep.
we have someone who's like constantly trying to push open the door. Someone who's like outside and then just falls asleep standing up. And one who's still not actually gotten up. Nice. Alright, what are the other three at?
I'm away. I'm just not getting out.
You're
Just
like,
contemplating my decisions.
you're just like someone who just got up and just laying in bed for an extra hour because you don't want to actually move. Just like,
I'm
just
just
like,
eating a can of beans.
Absolutely.
so.
Fact, I'm 3 foot and lightweight. I'm just punching against the glass, trying to get it to break.
We have anyone who's actually like trying to look around just sees a freaking 3 foot tall flying pixie trying to punch their way out of the thing. Just like, let me.
Will, how did you fix
I'm
that?
just sleep.
Sorry, what?
Don't ask me. It just works.
Damn it, man. I'm over here struggling
this
like
work,
hell. I was
this
like,
work.
you know what?
Mine won't
I'll ask this man.
They
Mine
get
won't
up
drag
and I
over.
just
I
kind
don't
of
know why.
open their
Alright,
cryostasis
so
and I'm
after a few minutes, everyone gets out. Is anyone here trying to actually question, like, if they are under Shigaraki, or are they just like, well, we're finally out of those stupid things? Like, what's the first thoughts here?
I'm just.
Uh,
Once I finally get
I'm-
out, I'm like, woo, baby, it's go time!
You just
Okay,
hear
okay,
this
I-
freaking, like, 3 foot pixie yell, what? Let's go!
How long has it been?
I'm also shocked no one's here being like, why is there a 3 foot tall pixie?
Wait. I got a nat 20.
On what? Hold on. What?
who's supposed
I
to-
was
who knows?
rolling to see how it would work to try to roll the nat 20. I didn't realize I was rolling, but I insta got a nat 20.
Oh,
What?
okay. The nat 20 doesn't do anything, though.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
Brian, don't
sad.
forget to roll.
So you're supposed to on it.
Hey, Fred, how do you have
Yeah.
2
Oh,
avatars?
yeah. I need to roll for Brandon's quirk. Okay, I need to actually double check that. Which of you have two quirks that will eventually, or another quirk that will eventually awaken? I forget. It was Brandon. Lil
think
technically
Lil-
has it,
Yeah,
but
I never played with you like that.
Shy Guy, how'd you place your token? And why can't I figure it out?
I can't drag mine on. It doesn't
Okay,
want to.
Alright.
okay. So, crap on.
Hello. How's it going, Sapphire and Wooper? How's it going?
Okay, so on the right side of your computer, go over like the top right.
I need to roll
go
two
over
d20s.
to,
Actually,
journal.
Lil, you know what? I'll just take that d20 you rolled originally of the
Yes,
nat
and
20
then
for
you
this.
create like a character
let's
thing right there.
go.
And then you create
Okay.
a character.
Yeah,
So
I have to, like,
Lil has
fully-
20,
yeah, you have to actually put it into a like file.
140. And then Brandon
And after all that,
has
you
14
on-
out of
oh, no, you
140.
just grab it and just drag it anywhere.
Cool. Alright, cool. So, now that that's settled, yeah. So, as y'all are getting out of the chambers and like actually starting to bother looking around, we see Who would be the first to like actually look around the room though? Like once you're all out, who would be the first to like see what's going on, see who's around you? What's going on?
Simon would, because in his mind, oh man, no one's greeting us when we're waking up. We must have lost. It's all over.
So Simon's just like getting out, like, huh? So looks like
We have to get
looks
moving.
like we might have been the losers of that fight because last I checked, you were supposed to be Shigaraki's underlings, no? Hmm. Oh well, let's see what's around here. As you look around, you see a 3 foot tall pixie just like floating midair, just like shouting probably the most random insult they could think of. It's not actually meaning anything, they're just shouting at this point. You see someone who you can't really tell what their power is, but they're just there, looking like they're doing nothing, when in reality, I'm going to say Lil's character is just like moving so fast because they can that you can't notice them being not there. It's
Nah,
just
I'm
like
still waking up.
Lil's just like, nah, I'm just waking up. Okay, so we have someone who's like,
God,
you can't tell what their power is, but they're just stretching. They're just like, oh man, that was too short of a nap. And then you have a
I
snail
have
with
to wake him
speakers
up
coming
so
out of
bad.
its shell.
Yes.
For some reason.
That was a loud ass snort. God damn.
Sorry, I was close to my
Sorry.
mic.
And then
My
you have
brain
someone who's
stopped
just
for a
holding a
minute.
TV remote, and you're not sure
Sorry,
why.
it was so loud. I'm a sound snail.
Okay, so are we not gonna question
Oh
this
god.
now?
I'm waiting, man. We have someone who's holding a TV remote, a snail, a freaking person who you can't tell what their power is, and they're just like stretching. Someone who probably has an extended brain because of being a psychic, and freaking yeah, and a pixie that's just probably flying around and yelling the most random thing they can think of.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, probably just being Ramirez from freaking Tensura, just being like the most annoying they can be.
Oh my god.
Uh, these are the people I'm stuck with.
Are we
Yippee.
not gonna
Simon
question
just
this
like
now?
Simon using telepathy, just like says, "Oh, looks like I'm stuck with all of you." Like uses telepathy around everyone in the room, just like.
Are we not gonna question this now?
Uh,
Look,
looks at Snail in his
the-
mind. Are you an upstanding member of society or something? What are you? Why are you here?
Why asking so many questions?
I like how Shy's reaction is. Why am I being asked this? Not who the frick is asking me this?
Oh yeah.
I asked him a question. What do you mean?
I don't know.
You're a snail with
Yeah,
speakers.
yeah. Like I'm like if they ever came out with a sequel for Tobo.
I don't know that Turbo actually exists in this world, but if it does, that's canon now.
Oh
It's canon, it exists now. That's
yeah.
what it
Makes
is.
sense.
Alright, so, everyone's up. Are any of you trying to get acquainted, or just like, I guess I'm stuck with these guys for now, or what's going on? Anyone trying to do anything, or because y'all are just in a secret base in the Grand Canyon right now. This is entirely your place, though. There's no one here. You could probably scavenge it for resources and stuff, though. Like,
Could
As
I
they're
try
doing
to
that,
find some
I kind
coffee?
of I kick at the glass that was holding it and say, "Stupid glass."
alright, Lil, roll me 1d20.
Oh dear, I don't like this.
If you want coffee, you're gonna have to see if you can look using your super speed to find a machine, alright?
I got a 6.
Hey. You know what? I'll give you advantage because you have super speed. So roll again.
Let's go.
Managed to find coffee, but it's just decaf.
I
There you
got
go.
15.
You find a coffee maker. You're not you, after a bit of looking. You also find like the last coffee packet that isn't decaf there. So you can make some non-decaf coffee, but it is the last one.
I try to make
Okay.
everyone some coffee.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You just get coffee.
Oh no, a
You
speedster
just
with
get coffee.
the worst combo.
Yup. They just get coffee. Like we have a speedster just chugging coffee.
Like that
Just downing it.
The
like
best
that
decision
gallon
ever.
of second.
like the squirrel from
Also, none of you can actually see the speedster because they basically just phase through the freaking wall at this point. They're just like in a different room entirely making coffee and drinking coffee. So,
Oh, I'm progressively getting faster.
I'm gonna say this. I should watch as the speedster faces through the wall. Like, cool, I want to do that too, and just slam it through the wall.
you just see a pixie hit the wall like
That
flying as
hurt.
fast as they can because they thought they saw someone go through the freaking wall and just like
And then I just kick the wall and say, "Stupid wall."
Yup. Okay. But yeah, so Lil has coffee. I'd assume y'all are just like exploring now. What's everyone doing in the base they just woke up in? Anyone exploring? What's going on? Other than Lil. Lil has coffee.
I
They're
am
drinking coffee.
watching Turbo the movie.
Just finds the nearest TV like, you know what, let's watch Turbo again.
Yeah.
Somehow finds the nearest TV. Somehow gets it to work. Because I'm assuming if this place
I'm
has
surprised this
power
place has
currently,
power.
it's not around.
It's an off the grid power source. It's like
Yeah,
solar
yeah. It's
panels.
like running on like a generator that still
Oh.
surprisingly works.
Well, no,
It is like the generator.
y'all are in Arizona. Y'all are using solar panels. Like
Oh, yeah,
y'all are
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Grand
Say we're both
Canyon.
in the
Makes a
Grand
lot more
Canyon,
sense.
most likely solar.
The good news is we have a guy with a TV universal remote, so it's
Technically,
perfect.
yes, but I mean, he could actually use his TV remote to hack into technology, but still.
He has.
Anyway,
Well, it's a universal TV
after I
remote,
face
though.
planted, I'm gonna go searching
It'll
through the
work on
facility,
any
see if I can
TV.
find any kind of exit of any kind, so I can go begin causing mass mayhem.
Oh, no, you guys all know where the exit is. Like, you don't have to
Oh,
find. You all know where it is because you were shown the full layout of this place before put into cryostasis, just in case
A
things went
hundred
awry, and it
percent
did.
believe my character would immediately forget that.
okay. Then as I
so,
approach the exit, it's the same issue as the glass, where I'm just pushing against it, trying to get it open.
so this pixie's pushing against the heavy exit door, just like stupid door, man, and then yells back, "Hey, Pat, I know anyone want to leave? We have some mayhem to cause." Tried to get someone to
Want
come
some
open the
coffee?
door for him. Like, please, someone come here. The door freaking won't open. I need to get out to cause mayhem.
I'm gonna go burn some orphanages.
We could do all of that later.
I
but
would
want
not
some coffee?
recommend doing that session one. All right, that is a very bad idea. Session one.
I would
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would
here,
I
go
need to go
ahead
get money
and open
first
up the door
before I
to
burn
proceed
orphanages.
to help
Need the
burn
gas.
down
If you,
orphanages.
This is a villain campaign, so
maybe,
it will be unhinged. But
Oh no, I'm the
just
unhinged
maybe.
one. Everyone else is kind of normal, then there's just the pixie. Too
stop
unhinged for their
fixing.
body.
All right, for narrative
Maybe.
purposes, I'm going to
An
say
idea here.
for narrative purposes, I'm going to say everyone like goes around, gets whatever they want, does whatever they want, and then like 2 hours later, y'all all go to the front exit door and see a pixie trying to push it open. And y'all are all ready to leave, so you're just like, all right, move, pixie, push it open. One of you does. And we're now
Because
outside.
Pixie's been trying to push the door open for 2 hours straight.
Yep.
So
2 hours?
No. You just see me
I
like manhandling a crowbar trying to get the door open.
Did you know the
Just like,
definition of
You're like, open,
insanity?
stupid.
just like,
On repeat and over
how
and
did this
over again
pixie
and
hold a
expecting
crowbar?
nothing
Hold
further.
on.
It'd be like holding a log over a normal person's shoulder. Just like, move!
You just see a freaking thing with old pixie holding a crowbar over their head.
this is funny.
It's a
Like,
normal door.
yeah, but they're 3 feet tall and very
Oh,
light.
lightweight. I can't move crap.
just get better.
It's
You know,
not
he
a
has a point.
dense door.
No, it's not. But you gotta keep in mind, this pixie is 3 feet tall, has like no muscle mass, and is flying. What?
I have no way to move the door. Pixie's biggest weakness: doors.
Yeah, it's just a normal wooden
Really,
door, but it's
anything of
too heavy for the
more than
3 foot
5
tall
pounds.
pixie. It's like
Well, also, what would
10
be
pounds.
jars?
Well, anything that's more than 10 pounds, the pixie won't be able to
no.
lift.
If you could find a jar big enough to hold a 3-foot person, I'd be impressed.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had 3 feet.
There's jars.
I'm not
I own
actual
a couple.
size. I'm not like hand. I'm not
I mean,
palm
what?
size. I'm 3 foot tall.
It's
Oh
just,
yeah.
it's just their
You know
quirk
what?
gives them
Too
lightened
tall.
ability to fly. That's all.
I'm literally too short and don't weigh enough to move the door.
So as y'all are pushing open the door, the
Need
pixie's just
room.
like, "Oh, finally, someone comes and opens the freaking door." I've been here for 2 hours, holding the crowbar still above their head, just like, "Hey, I swear, man."
Finally, and throws the crowbar down.
Ugh.
I think I'm going to regret asking this to anyone here, actually. But do any of you have a plan? Or are we just going to run out there
Orphanages.
cause mayhem?
You just hear
Okay.
someone. You just
Don't
hear
worry,
the
I got the
guy
plan.
who's
I got the
clearly.
plan.
You just hear a guy who's clearly just fiddling with the TV remote say orphanages.
You just hear the silent sound of me just
You mean we're
pressing
going
the
to
button.
adopt innocent children, right?
Burn them alive.
Okay, here's the plan.
1 million. I know
Just hear
everyone.
that and it's like, okay, we'll pin that for later and move on. And just to completely ignore him.
Okay, here's the plan.
Me just sad face in the corner.
We go back inside and we watch Turbo
Uh-huh.
again.
Orphanages.
We already watched Turbo.
But
How many times do we have to watch Turbo?
so many more times.
I love the fact
wouldn't
that no
this
one
be
here is trying
people
to
by
even
now?
get organized. It is perfectly great already. No one's trying to be
It's
organized. It's great.
It was never about organizing.
To be organized, we must watch Turbo.
You just hear
We
the
don't need to
snail
watch
trying.
Turbo.
You just hear the snail trying to
Got a fair
convince him
point
to
there.
watch Turbo again, despite the snail watching it for like 7 times in the past 2 hours. Just like,
Just had it on max for fast forward or something.
yeah. Which is ironic because the snails are very slow.
But this
Yeah,
one isn't.
indeed.
Just puts his hands on his face and just drags him down. Oh god.
Quit throwing pots at me!
What?
What?
What was that?
Alright, anyways, now that y'all are outside, and I assume after some time you're like, oh, all of you agree, oh, fine, we should probably get some cash and some other stuff. Probably do
Yeah,
something.
cash to buy
That,
the DVD to Turbo.
Well, I
uh,
mean, y'all can't use
alright.
normal
The main
stores
thing
unless
we
you
need
act
right
as
now.
civilians, but you can use other stores, so.
We need
Main thing. Gasoline. matches.
You just hear this guy wielding
Coordinates
fiddling with the TV
engineers.
remote, constantly trying to get people to buy
Oh,
gasoline.
Sounds like a
Just
really
like.
good plan.
Kind of
But
picture,
how
but then
about we
orphanage,
rob a bank?
orphanage.
uh,
This Pixie's just chanting orphanage because they hear gasoline. Just like, okay. Simon's probably like trying not to face palm, but mentally face palm. Like, what was I thinking with this?
he's trying so hard to gain any composure he had.
He's just like, am I
All
gonna be
right.
the adult of this group? What is happening?
And then after like a few minutes, all of a sudden, the pixie lands and just hides in one of the shadows of the others since they're so much bigger.
The Pixie's just like, you know what?
Like using
It'd be
someone
fun
else's
to pick on someone this way.
Like this is too hot for this.
All right. First things first. We need money, right? That's
Yeah,
like
makes
big
sense.
important thing for everyone. All right, money,
I
Yes,
guess.
so we can
yes.
buy
I'm just,
whatever.
I'm just curious how you guys are gonna do this because you're a
This
villain.
stuff.
So getting a job is
Second,
completely out of the
y'all guys
question.
want
Gasoline.
A movie.
Burning the pixie. Quit it.
Also, everyone in the
second.
world currently thinks y'all are all dead, so you don't have any real ID. So you might want to get that under control too.
What if we have
Don't need
IDs? The
ID.
government knows
We'll,
who's
we'll get we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Basically, just so I was trying to keep all of their attention, and it's like has to keep snapping just so they don't get
y'all
super
just
attention.
hear, y'all
There,
just hear
like
like
Titan.
y'all just hear like a
Jingle jingle.
booming voice from the heavens, like, y'all don't have ID.
No, it's the American spirit.
As you as that voice brings down, I look up and I say, Satan, you're alive. And then I killed you,
Nah,
fucker.
no, it's the IRS.
No.
You just don't get a response.
This
It's
pixie
just
is
like,
like just so unhinged,
and then the others of the group are just like,
and you can't tell
huh?
whether they're acting serious or just fucking with you.
Yeah, you can't tell what they're thinking because they're doing it with such a straight face. They're just like, are they okay? What actually is going on?
Yeah, you just see the pixie in the shade of someone else. You're like, Satan, I killed you already, fucker. Go away.
Well, huh?
Uh, all right.
So we got a mentally
Money.
unwell
I
Uh,
person,
will
a
say,
person who can
because
make
it's more
people mentally
funny, my
unwell.
char- because it's more funny, me as the DM will act as the Norse god of mischief, Loki. Just saying, it's more funny that way. So,
ow.
It's Loki.
sorry.
Wow, was the praise Loki that bad, man?
No, water went down the wrong pipe.
I probably shouldn't do that.
That's what he says.
All right. Folks, this makes the sound of jingling keys in everyone's head. Jingle, jingle. Pay attention.
Everyone's just like,
Crossword
what the crap? Where'd that come from? The Bricks is like, okay, Loki, why are you screwing with me now? What'd I do this time?
Oh no.
Money. Second, we're probably not going to stay here. This is too far away from anything. So we need to
No,
find a
I think
place
we're
to
gonna.
stay.
But the TV.
The
Okay,
snail's
I
just
got
like,
an
but the
idea.
TV.
We
I'm just going to
can
run
come back and take it
really
later.
fast, get a random person, and then come back. Good?
You promise?
You know what? Sure. Give me a
Which dir-
give me a
which
control check, which is 1d6, and then give me a, actually, give me a control check, which is 1d6 plus, let's do 1d6 plus technique. Okay, what's your technique?
9. Oh, plus 3.
Okay.
what?
And then give me a strength check, which will just be 1d20.
Come on. Good enough.
You try to grab someone, but you're running too fast, and you basically pierce their heart with your fist.
Wait,
Oh,
no, I wasn't
thought you were
planning
gonna say
on
you just
grabbing
pulled off
them.
their shirt or something.
What?
My exact words, in my exact words, I run into somebody, and then I will come back with help.
Man, you really pulled an A train on him.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
If
Oh
I'm just
wait.
in the middle of
Oh, you
asking a
want to
question,
come back with?
just
So are you
stare.
trying? So let me clarify. Are you trying to go up to them and just like ask where exactly this is, or what are you doing then? I thought you were trying to like take them by force or something.
No,
Y'all
actually,
need to
please
be
do.
specific here.
Run to the nearest city, ask people to help, and
Help
then
with
come back
what?
with
Because
people.
keep in mind, everyone thinks y'all are dead. And y'all have memorable
Please don't tell
mugs.
them we're
People
well
think y'all are dead. Y'all,
I put
How many
on
people
a
would
top hat,
actually know us?
and they won't think I'm dead.
I don't think people would know we are dead.
okay, you know what? Sure, we'll go with that. Definitely not because you're going to a city where someone
I'm
may
pretty
or may
sure
not actually recognize you if you're not careful. But, you know.
Scared.
So you're going to a city. You're just running. You're going fairly fast. I mean, you're you're fairly confident with your speed. Um, and as you get to, we'll say you're in a Flagstaff, closer to Grand Canyon than you think. You're in Flagstaff, right? Um, it's like midsummer. Flagstaff's not covered in snow or anything. It's midsummer. Uh, give me your Give me 1d. Actually, no, we'll just use the same one. Uh, as you're looking around, you like you're not sure what to make of it, but you seem to be able to see like a abandoned like subway or something. Like
Do you mean the restaurant or like the railroad?
An
abandoned
abandoned
restaurant.
subway? The restaurant?
Yes, it's an
I
abandoned
hope it's
restaurant,
the
and like
restaurant.
it's an abandoned restaurant, just like in the very far corner of the downtown area of Flagstaff.
You know
People
what?
don't really eat Subway here
How
anymore.
long have I been running?
God, I'm gonna become the next Jared from Subway.
Uh, yeah.
Oh
Say
no.
you're
no, no,
about.
no, no.
I actually don't know what the distance between Grand Canyon and Flagstaff is. Give me a minute. I need to look this up because I don't remember. Hold on.
I should not have said that, but that would only be
I was
confusing.
mainly saying Subway because I was figuring someone was going to turn it into a temporary base of operation, but you know.
I mean, yeah,
You
that would
know
be you.
what? Do you
No.
want our base to be subway?
It's up to
Wait,
you guys.
wait a minute. Who's the fifth character on Roll 20?
Okay. I grab I grab a stick and just kind of drag it through, and I just
Jesus.
kind of keep
Alright,
making the
so
lines straight to where
considering you
they
have
are.
super speed, I'd say you've been running for about 20 minutes because it's about an hour and 30-minute drive
Yeah.
from Flagstaff. So you've been running for about 20 minutes. You're not like super fast with your speed, but you are much faster than a car would be at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just had a triple check I was
So
muted.
so everyone else is still back at the bit at the like start point in Flag or in Grand Canyon, whereas the speedster's just gone, went all the way to Flagstaff, just like
Yeah, I'd be
Like,
staring at
as
where
soon
the
as they,
police were and be like, that sticker, he loves us!
So, Lil, what are you doing
like, they did
once you
say
see
their
the
plan, and
subway all the
none
way
of you did
over in
anything.
Flagstaff? Because everyone else is not with
Nah,
you
let them
currently.
focus on what they're doing while I'm gone, like a full 20 minutes.
Alright, what are you guys doing for after you see this guy basically just run as fast as they can away from you.
He was running away from us?
Simon was going to ask a question
The
about the plan,
speedster.
but just
I would just kind of
size
yell,
and defeat.
"Wait up," and then just trip.
Just hear this guy
Try
who's
and take,
fiddling
like,
with the
10
TV
steps
remote
or
yell,
run.
"Wait!" and then just fall face flat. Or face first.
Yeah, just full on face plant.
Just
I
like,
watch him run away, and I'm like, that fucker, he left us.
I'm surprised the picture's not sitting here laughing because someone just fell face first, but you know.
Yeah, I laugh at the guy place planning.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
hello.
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 Yeah, there we go.
Hello.
So,
Oh,
anyone else doing anything, or
Anyway,
Simon's rubbing his temples.
Simon's just like, I'm stuck with a bunch of, well, idiots. Put it plainly.
I'm just gonna grab the snail and take him back inside because he's not good for snails.
Simon, Simon's just like rubbing his temples, like, because Simon's head is just expanded beyond belief. So he's just like,
Looking at us like, what simpletons?
pretty much. He's like, how did I get stuck with these simpletons?
They're playing badminton with a single brain cell.
No, no.
Yes.
Simon's just like they're playing Pong with half a brain cell. Not even badminton. It's too complex. It's just Pong. Just freaking a toad
All right.
or like Magnavox
I-
Odyssey Pong. Just like
You got the character.
All right. I guess we're heading that direction.
Oh, okay.
right as you say that, Lil just runs straight back like, guys, I just found an abandoned subway about half an hour or an hour and a half from here. Actually, I think it was an hour and a half. I got there in 20 minutes.
Subway, it's north.
Does it have a TV?
Points
Simon's
completely
just
wrong
like,
direction.
where did you
Points,
just
like,
come from? Hold on,
southeast.
how did you just get here? You just left us. Huh? Simon's like very baffled at what just happened. Because his speedster just appears out of thin air, just like crap? Where'd you come from?
If it's a 20-minute trip, he's not just appearing out of nowhere. We can see him coming for a few minutes.
Well, no, they're a speedster. You might see
Yeah,
lightning.
Just not approaching.
Flagstaff.
If
That's
you
not very
looked up,
fast.
you couldn't see me approaching, and more than just weren't
So we'd
paying
be able to see
attention.
them as they approach.
I mean, sure, I guess. We
Like,
could probably
they're gonna
see
be
a
on the coast
blur.
line for at least a second for us.
Yeah, you'd see a blur for sure, but I don't know that you'd actually see them per se.
No, it's not like, oh, they're instantly here. It's like, oh, we see something coming.
Yeah, but the second they just like come to a complete halt in front of Simon, just like, hey, I found an abandoned subway building about an hour and a half north of here. I think it was an hour and a half. I don't know. I got there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They're just talking like really fast because they're a speedster. They can't slow themselves down, so they're like going, just droning on and on.
I would look over at the speaker like, what do you expect us to do? Walk?
He's
No, Lil, I will say, when you were over there, you got like you got bus tickets and the directions to the nearest bus stop from like uh Flags or from Grand Canyon to Flagstaff.
Mm.
So and then the speedster after
I'm just
finally
coughing
being
because
done droning on and on, just like, oh yeah, I also got these weird ticket things. I'm not sure what they actually do. They kind of just said they were for a bus, but I've never needed to take the bus, so and they're just droning on and on again. But it's like 5 bus tickets all right there. And apparently there's some place you could get a ride like points in the direction north for like 10 minutes from here, I think, according to what the guy said. Again, I'm not really sure. I never really used this system. So, and they're just droning on and on and on again.
Okay, so this random guy I saw on the street said he'd give me said he'd give me these random tickets if I was able to do a backflip.
And
I
because
failed,
no 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 no
so I
no
just
no no
have
no
the
no no,
footage
Lil,
from him.
Lil. Instead of you failing, it's just and I used my super speed to basically backflip 17 times in a row, and he was very confused and just decided to drop his tickets in my hand anyways.
Nah, I failed. I just stole them and ran.
Yeah, but Lil's not. But your character's not going to say that because you don't know if these guys are trustworthy or not yet. Your character's just like,
Yeah. So, anyways, there should be a bus stop about like
just basically ran by the guy, pickpocketed
about
5 tickets from
5
him.
minutes my time, about like 20 minutes yours.
What are we
Wanna
looking
go?
for?
Great, great. I
Simon's just
me,
like, you know what? Hand me the
everyone.
tickets,
I guess we're
please.
going that way.
Simon's just like rubbing his hands on his head, like, all right, you know what? Give me the
If you
tickets.
can't hand him a, just like
Be like,
holds out
"Forget
his
her.
hand,
You are
just makes the
trustworthy."
grab, just like palm up. Give me the ticket.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
As you do that, Simon gets 5 bus tickets and like, all right, you other imbeciles, here you go. Here's your tickets. Hands them out, and then Lil's just back running all the way back towards
I'm,
Flagstaff
I,
again, just like.
no, I'm absolutely not handing their tickets out. I
Ah,
don't trust any of them to keep track of them.
okay, Simon's just like, hmm. All right,
Wow, how
you
dare
fought.
not?
All right, you four,
I was
follow
able to
me. We're
run
going to the
too.
bus stop. And then, as you say that, the speedster's just gone again. They're already on their way back to Flagstaff. It's just like, anyway, it's time to go spruce up the place
They'll get
that
your
I'm
tickets when
definitely
they get
not
there.
taking from my house. Nope. And then when y'all get there, Lil's just gonna have the entire like abandoned subway completely prettied up from stuff they stole from like
Bro, I'm
Walmart or
just
something.
sitting down reading a book at the subway.
Lil's just like reading a freaking book, like
What?
speed reading
What?
8,000 books a second at the subway because they're just going to the nearby library and like taking all the books from the shelves and putting, and then just like
There's
stashing
just
them
like
away.
there's just like a pile of books.
I will say that it is something that will garner you a bit of a bit of reputation. No one knows what's happening, but it is something that they are now looking into.
You know, let's just have them do a lot of the heavy lifting, since they can do it all so quickly.
I have.
I mean, to be fair, none of you know where Lil is right now. Lil's not even remotely close to any of you
Oh
guys.
yeah,
Y'all are just all going to the bus stop.
yeah. Lil's at the subway reading books. We're walking to the bus stop, having to sit down, wait for the bus, get on, find our seats.
Do you think the bus
I'm
stop is
assuming the
unique?
pixie's just like trying to latch onto someone's shirt or something so they don't have to fly or walk. Just like, that doesn't do much. Just grabs onto
I was
someone.
being the literal devil on someone's shoulder.
Actually, Frono, you know what? I'm gonna make it so you also have the ability to shrink your size from 3 feet to any size smaller too,
Oh
because
dear
that's more
God.
funny.
In these,
So you're able to just pass, like it's a passive power you have that you can just shrink your size from anything below 3 feet to 3 feet tall.
Oh no, no.
Wait, I got an idea.
The idea I just thought from that.
Turn into like
I just thought,
in
5
these times,
okay, I'm gonna shrink
then
down
I'm
inside
going
one
to
of the guys.
chuck you like a
I'm assuming one
bullet.
of the guys has a pocket on their shirt. I'm just gonna shrink down into their.
Assume Simon's probably wearing a shirt with a pocket.
Okay, so I'm shrinking down into Simon's pocket,
Simon's
peeking
wearing a
out from
scarf.
it,
Oh,
and
that's even better.
even better, peeking out from the scarf, saying, "Call me your pocket rocket."
The pocket rocket.
What is Simon's immediate reaction to this
Not saying
pixie?
out,
What is his immediate reaction? I need to know.
like not saying out loud, but definitely thinking to himself, just like stone face on the outside, inside it's just disgusting little creature.
It's like, man, these guys are simpletons, but this one's the freaking worst.
This one's a freak.
And then as you say that, you forgot your passive telepathy was on. So you just say, "This one's a freak" to the entire freaking bus.
I just look over
Everyone just looks at you. Everyone on the bus just looks at you like, "Huh? What do you
Hold
mean?"
on, how do they know where it came from? They just heard this one's a freak in their heads. They don't know it came from me.
I think it'd be more because you're the only one that's not looking around confused.
Yeah, I think they're all just
Like,
looking around
you're-
confused, and they see your heads just like completely still. So like, that must be it.
This just see me looking at the detestable fairy. Or
It's a.
sorry, pixie.
I
Hey,
look
you
up and
can't be
say,
saying
I
that.
pride myself in
Pixies
it.
and fairies are two extremely different races.
I mean, sure, but this pixie acts more like a fairy than he does a pixie anyway, so
No, I act more like a fae, if anything.
that too.
I think the door bus, bro. The
Anyways, an
the
hour and a half passes. Y'all arrive at Flagstaff. Do you try to find the building the speedster was talking about, or what are you doing?
Hold on. First off, once we get off the bus, I fly up as far as so I can see the town and try to see if I can spot the subway.
Okay. Give me a D20 with advantage.
That's a 9. Oh, and a nat. Okay, so that's a 9
Oh boy.
because I got a 9 and a nat 1.
You fly up, but you fly up too far, and instead of seeing anything, you just see a tree. Like a really big tree, for some reason in the middle of the desert. There's
And then I
nothing
fly
there. It's
down.
just a giant freaking tree. You don't know why.
Even funnier, I fly back down and be like, guys, the whole place is overgrown by trees.
It's just one tree in the center of town that was like curiously put there because it was funny. Like some guy was just trolling and put it there. Just like,
And then I say, hey, someone know how to speak Vietnamese?
Oh wait, real quick, let me get a book on that.
you just see the speedster pop up out of nowhere,
I'm
just
joking.
like, oh wait, let me go to the library and see that. Reads through the entire language of Vietnamese. You know what, Lil? Give me 2d6.
Are we about to have him learn Vietnamese?
If they roll well enough, yes.
That's a.
You know what?
I
You
also
successfully learn.
to learn Vietnamese just thinking.
You
To kill.
you try, but you just can't comprehend how fast they're turning the pages.
Okay.
Lil, your character now speaks Vietnamese. Though it's not fluent, they do speak it.
Wait, let me get Google Translate.
Oh, no.
Wild. It should be fluently, just not with an accent.
Oh, but that's even better. They fluently speak it, but it
American
sounds like
accent?
it sounds like a freaking American saying it. Like there's no accent. It's just bland. They fluently speak it though.
I feel like
It's
we
just
overlooked
like
the fact that because
He sounds
Dixie saw a tree and said, "Does anyone know Vietnamese?" Someone just learned a whole new language.
well, they're a speedster. They could do a lot more than that in 2 seconds.
I watched the speech go. I'm like, wait, where's the subway?
Lil gets the language done, and it's like comes straight back, like, oh, it's over that way. Points to the
Oh yeah,
abandoned section of the downtown
the
area.
subway's just kind of like it's right behind you.
Just points to
Oh,
the
there's just an
abandoned
entire
section of
section
downtown
that's
area.
abandoned. Great.
I just fly over to the subway.
Pixie's just like flying as fast as they can, probably in their smallest form to reduce drag. Just like
What did I just hear? It
them
got
using
so
Google
silent
Translate
for
for
that.
Vietnamese. That's what you just heard.
Someone learned Vietnamese because I saw a tree.
And for some It's for some reason this piece of Vietnamese.
Simon's probably just like,
I'm
this
more
speedster is
I speak the
definitely
trees
useful.
or
I'll try to get
something.
along with them at least.
Someone got the joke. That's why I was saying Vietnamese.
Simon's probably just like, this speedster's definitely at least useful. Maybe I could use them. Just Simon sitting here thinking of all
He
the.
already planned on making them do most of the heavy lifting.
Simon just like already thinking about how to
Basically,
use
they're just gonna
everyone's
come straight
powers
into it.
because he doesn't want to do much work. He's just like, you know what? These are all simpletons, but at least they can do something.
I just had a thought.
At least they can aim a simpleton in a direction that'll just
With
destroy
me
that
being
path.
the most insane one, I'm gonna just pull out the Far Cry healing effects and just reset a finger to manage to heal you. I just pull needles out of your skin that obviously weren't there before.
Bond.
Yeah, I'm just like overly damaged. He just somehow breaks my arm and then fixes it by pulling out the bone.
Wait,
or
how'd
some
you
shit.
get damaged? What I missed? Hold on.
No. That was like a joke.
No,
Like
Oh,
it was
okay.
I somehow get
Wait, what did
damaged,
you do while I was
and
talking
then he
about the
just
other events?
snaps my arm,
Right.
and then just realigns it just to fix it.
I was saying the
And
Far
as
Cry
just as for narrative purposes, just as Simon's about to say, "All right, guys, why don't we go make a plan at the base?" Everyone's just gone, and it's just Simon and the pixie. Simon just left alone, just like.
yeah.
And then
So what are we
I'd
doing
like
now
to
that
say,
Simon's all alone, just like face palming?
as Simon's like standing there all alone, I'm like in a very kind of distance, just eating a can of beans. Not with a spoon or anything, just with my fingers.
Oh no!
Like a
Well, he's
cold
definitely a
can of
villain.
beans. It's a cold can of Heinz beans. I'm just telling you,
Not
I'm
even,
not
not even
Blandys.
Bush. It's just Heinz.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's
depressing.
Heinz.
And then the speedster's just going around town looting the different buildings with no trace of him. Just like has a full freaking library in the subway and just has freaking iron and stuff they looted.
I'm so much more useful than I thought.
You're a speedster. Not many people will be able to stop you. At least not
Hey,
many
you want to know
untrained
something else I
people.
can do?
What?
No.
Speedster who no one can stop, and then you've got the Pixie who like a single door can stop.
Everyone can stop, but they just assume you're not worth doing anything about.
You know what? When I pick up Chrono's character, they
He
make
just
use
runs
of
by and
they
picks the
use his
pixie up
gear
in its
too to just
smallest
keep
form.
them there, floating,
Y-
stopping their
Sure.
momentum.
Give me
Oh,
a
God.
give me a d20 into 1d6.
Hold on, what is happening with my character?
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Alright.
worried now.
Give me 1d20 into 1d6.
Okay, 6
16.
and 16.
Oh, what is about to happen?
Alright, so you know what? Screw it, I'll allow it. So you're running as fast as you can to catch up with the pixie, which isn't that fast. Like, the pixie's not fast at all. You catch up to him. You just use gear 2 to freeze them in place midair. Their wings are just stopped. They can't move their head, but they can talk, and I'm just like, what? As the picture just is suspended midair.
How dare you suspend my Pixie?
Lil just then grabs the pixie and is like, okay, you're coming with the ride now. You're coming with me for a ride now.
I'm
Just
assuming
like holds up
there's
like a
an
freaking
ATM
briefcase.
nearby, right?
Give me a perception check. 1d20.
I don't say it out loud, but as I'm frozen and being held by the speedster, I'm just thinking this puts Pocket Rocket to a whole new meaning.
Damn.
You can't tell if there's
Why are you
anything
using words
nearby
for
you.
attention? I'm just fucking hitting the Shinji pose.
No, Brandon, you know what? You see a
Holding him like a
freaking
cat.
street rat come by you. That's what you see. You see a rat go by.
See a rat pass me, just meow.
Well, he doesn't go fast. You just see
Actually,
him
the
scutter
pixie.
by. Huh?
But it's actually the pixie that
No, 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 no. You just see a
didn't
frick. No, no,
evaporate.
no, no. You just see a rat scutter by. Just like, well, that's not helpful.
Fair enough.
You're just blind as oh crap and can't see the ATM that's like 2 feet in front of you.
By someone else if they see an ATM.
Well, no one else is around you. Everyone else is all like scattered. You gonna try and
I'm
find
just chilling
everyone
here,
else?
still eating my canned beans.
Are you just gonna try and find everyone else, or what's going on? You just
You
gonna
never
go to the
find me.
subway?
I try to locate Lil.
You
he
tried to
can find
locate the subway. You
Yeah,
tried to
what do you
locate the subway. Got it. Because Lil is just gonna be at the subway with the pixie now.
enough.
Lil just unfreezes the pixie at the subway, just like, you're staying here now, and freezes them again.
You're my
We're
friend
having
now.
soft
We'll have a
conversations
soft
later.
tacos later.
Lil's just like,
Oh,
my friend now. We're having tacos later as he refreezes the pixie in the subway.
who knew my allies could be my worst enemy?
Almost died. Just started choking on coffee. It went up my nose.
I just freeze
Why are
you,
we here?
get you there, then
Just to
unfreeze
suffer.
you.
As,
and just
as you say that to the pixie, Simon walks through the door like, ah, so this is where it is. Wait, when did you get here? What is that? When did that little gremlin get here? Pointing directly at the frozen pixie. And why the crap are they frozen in midair?
I
Nah, I
Not the
unfreeze them when we
gremlin.
got to the subway.
Oh,
I
If
think
they
I need
weren't
to start
frozen, they'd
questioning.
probably
Well,
just
I think I need to
set
start
on
questioning
fire.
things. I'm going insane.
Simon's like casually losing his mind, just like, huh?
He's playing. He's playing the one straight man with a bunch of comedy characters.
No, 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 no. What's happening is his
Now there's
mind is
no
trying to
characters.
put. His mind is playing Tetris, trying to put together what the crap is happening. But he keeps
Honestly,
getting
I
the
was
Tetris,
planning to make it
so
more of
none
a
of it
Like a
Max
aligns.
snail.
character, but you know what? Silly.
Simon's character in his
Proper
mind
role
is just
playing.
like playing
Where's the
Tetris, trying to get
snail?
them to fit together. The snail is like very slowly
It's still in Arizona.
well,
It's
no,
still at the base.
the snail is in Flagstaff. They're just like very slowly making their way to the subway. They can't move fast unless they turn on their
I'm going to.
sound.
Oh, I was going to Subway. Oops, I was looking for a TV.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't
the
know anything
snail, you actually don't
games.
know where he's
Uh,
at. You're just like, considering he was like into Turbo a lot, maybe he's not even trying to come here. And Simon thinking about that's just like, we have to go get that snail, don't we?
Yes.
yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. It was just like, wait a minute. I don't know their names.
please don't make me get the snail.
Speedster.
What?
Go get the snail.
I got like 50.
Why?
I got like 15 copies of Turbo. You don't want to be friends with me.
But then I'm gonna have to freeze his momentum so he wouldn't just die, and then I would have to run all the way there and
Simon's just
back.
like,
It's just a
look,
lot to
you do this
overthinking.
now?
You have the time. You've
Look,
literally been running around the entire town. Go get the snail.
Simon's like,
Oh
yeah,
no, I
look,
know
look,
time.
look. No, 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 no. What Simon does, look, you do this now, I'll pay for your next meal. I don't have money.
I
I
got him.
Turbo.
I got him.
Just the second he says that, the speedster goes out, instantly grabs a snail, and the snail just appears in some way, just like, huh?
Well, I'm still frozen in midair.
Where did
Oh
I go?
no, I've
Oh no,
literally
you've been
frozen you
unfrozen
twice. I
now.
unfroze you when I
Oh, I
got to
was?
the subway.
No, 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 no. So now the snail's just like, what? How did it get here? I wasn't even near here.
Great.
Over
Still
the snail saying,
chilling there,
"Welcome
eating
to
my
Red."
cold can
Well,
of
that's
beans.
3. We're missing. We're missing one. Oh no.
You're missing
I'm
the
not
guy
gonna
who's just
lie.
eating his Heinz beans can somewhere in the city. Just like, hey,
Oh
Speedster,
no,
you
the
want some
food.
Can't
food?
find the
Go,
soy
you're just like, you saw this guy get beans out of nowhere, so you're like, you know what? Maybe I could use it to my bit. Hey, Speedster, you know that food I told you about? You know that one guy who kept using a TV remote? Well, somehow he got a can of beans from thin air. Maybe you could get food from him. And just like has the speedster go track down the other guy.
Meanwhile,
I'm
I'm just
good.
searching through like the back, trying to see if I can find anything.
Also, Shy, give me a perception check, 1d20.
Okay, 1d20. Okay. Oops, hold on. Nothing. Hold on.
As you do.
Nothing. It didn't roll.
You run the command again.
you gotta do slash and
Yeah, it's
just
slash.
slash roll
Oh.
1d20.
That, or you could also use the little sidebar.
That too.
Dice roll.
Right.
on the left side.
Yeah, there's a little collapsible sidebar that has
At least
picture
I
of
know
dice.
that part.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
No.
What do you mean your next? Wait, Lil, do you have two different accounts?
No.
Who's the other one in chat then that said your next line is not what?
No.
Are you trolling me?
Oh, I'm trying. So slash.
Slash roll space 1d20.
Okay, there you go. 19.
As you're looking around the subway, you're like, oh hey, TV. In the back room where the kitchen is. It would
I
be.
love this idea. And then
And then
I
you
use.
turn on your sound to actually go normal speed just to get to the TV. And
Yes.
Simon's looking at this like, so that snail can go at least normal speed.
Yes, only when I can see a TV.
He's just like,
Only
but
when
he's
you
very
see a
motivated by
TV.
random
Yeah.
things.
And
So,
now, chat. For my next trick, I have an aneurysm.
No.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of doing your thing, you hear a loud snap. They say, and then you hear the pixie yell, "I found a mousetrap!"
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
I'd assume the
yeah, there was
second you
a
try,
rat
I'd assume the
that had the
second
place
you
too.
got like you set it off, you instantly become the smallest you can be to dodge it. Just like I found a master.
Even better, it's just stuck to my arm.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot they were also child-sized.
Alright, real quick.
Child-sized mousetraps is terrifying.
Well, the pixie is also like 3 feet tall and can get shorter. So
Yeah, I can get shorter, so I could just
Yeah.
basically just have it on my
no,
arm.
but no. Real quick, y'all mind if we take like a
Or on
5-10
the
minute break? Because I need to use the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead.
So get water,
oh,
snack, whatever. I need to use the bathroom.
absolutely.
Now let's.
Anyways, on the
um,
horrible side,
How quickly do you guys think we can burn down an orphanage if I locate one?
Honestly,
Now that's the real question.
I think I could burn down the orphanage.
totally. I could make a fair amount of people think the orphanage is burning down.
He could convince people to burn down the orphanage. I could burn down the orphanage.
I just have
Or
the thought of burning down the orphanage.
or we give the orphanage TVs with turbo.
I got a better idea,
Is
but
that
it's
all you think about?
slightly more messed
Yes.
up. We adopted the children in the orphanage.
Oh, and make an army?
Child soldiers. I
And
like
we're
it.
going to make a mob.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be wanted in every country. Country? What's a country?
Country.
Country?
Nah, I'm gonna be wanted in every country. Not country, country.
Country.
Okay, okay.
Country.
Country.
I see.
So are we making a mob or are we burning it down?
Why not both?
Yes.
Uh,
You know
I-
what? Yeah, we
We
can just
burn
adopt
down
all
the
children.
orphanage, but we take the children out of the orphanage.
It's not
We-
technically taking, it's more saving. We say that
No.
the
We
fire
take,
started.
Kidnapping.
take the orphans and
we're
burn the
relocating
orphanage
them.
to cover
Yeah,
our
we were
tracks.
saving them from the fire that we started.
I mean, is it really
That
saving
was
them
just
from
the
the fire
first
if they're
time
going to
we
be taking
all
care of them?
unanimously agreed on something.
Or racist? I guess. It didn't kick off, or it didn't break. It just kicked off because it hit the temperature. It hit the temperature. No, it's your dad said it's 70. 70. It's so it doesn't dumbass.
The dude who checked out said it's not even a breaker. Actual.
Anyway, so we really need to find an ATM.
Yeah.
I can get us some money.
An ATM? No.
It is
I can hack it and get money.
Has anyone checked the cashier in Subway?
Here, the cash register.
say I was kind of like going
Cash
through
register.
so
Could be money in there.
Or if we can complete a robbery in under 5 minutes, I can wipe the cashier's memory.
I thought it was
Last 5
abandoned
minutes.
Subway.
abandoned.
I'm talking about like if we go and rob a store.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, what?
Well, we don't have to rob a store. We just rob an ATM. Thoughts?
So, like, what
Uh,
if the ATM's inside the store?
Fair, but like we'll we'll be caught on camera if we're like, ATM's a little risky.
That's only if they've really. It's not like I need to necessarily touch it. I just got to be hidden.
Could you make it look like it's,
My quick work.
just handing out money normally if we go up to it?
Or if we're worried about cameras from above, I could just fly up to them
Good.
with her.
At the same
Well,
time,
yeah,
if it's just,
might be a little
I
suspicious.
take over the camera as well.
Fair enough. Let's try not to raise too much
Too bad.
suspicion.
Simon's just trying to convince the others to not cause too much trouble right off the bat. Just like, look, we just got out,
We
alright?
all agreed we are killing an orphanage.
Alright, well, y'all are all in the subway. The snail's now watching TV again.
Watching SpongeBob.
Simon's like, wait, he's not only
Yep.
dedicated to watching
Yep.
Turbo? Hold on, something's off here.
Oh, yeah, because it's scary. The snail.
And then Simon's like, oh wait, this show also has a snap. This guy's really weird.
Whoa, show up snails.
And then we see Lil just still going around town, and you just see a bunch of different things being stored in the subway now that should not be there at all. It's just like, huh. I guess Lil's just still pickpocketing people.
I just look at the the incoming
We
inventory and
need
be like, nice.
so so we need to like either go get money or with how much Lil is just getting or with how much the speedster's getting, we need to reinforce the subway so people don't come in here suspecting anything.
Fair enough. So, are you going to be the one doing it, or are you going to have to sign someone else to do it, Simon? Honestly, I don't think your character would trust anyone else to do it, but,
Official
I
boss.
don't think Simon would actually trust
Wait.
anyone else to do it, but you know.
To be fair, it would look a little weird if a pixie
Hold on. Goes
that, so.
well, actually, he goes to the pixie. All
Who's
right.
this?
You like causing harm, right? You like pain?
The pixie's eyes light up, just like,
Hey,
I'm listening. hands out front, like in a kind of praying motion, like symbol, just like, I'm listening.
Legs
And
crossed.
you like being tricky, right?
reached my
You,
attention.
I have a great idea for you. You could trap the
No,
subway,
Lil.
especially near the
No, you
entrance.
cannot. You would not have any legal paperwork to do that, so no, you cannot. It's not something you could do.
I don't
And
know if you can
also,
see it, Ryan, but Lil's wanting to adopt 3 kids.
no, I know. That's why I said they can't do it,
Why are we
because
talking about
legally
legal
you guys
paperwork?
don't exist.
What?
No,
I thought you were
we
talking
don't
about the
need
legal
legal
paperwork for
paperwork.
traps. I'm like, what?
I'm also not wanting to make three
Oh,
different
legal
characters, so no.
yeah, same.
Lil,
I'm also not wanting to make 3 new different characters, so no. Moving on.
We only slightly want to make a called army, man. Come on.
Yeah.
No,
So,
Lil,
just
no. No,
trap
no, no.
the area.
We could make a snail army.
Anyway, as you mentioned the traps, my eyes lit up. I'm like, yes! Mayhem!
Just hear Loki's voice from above again, like, I don't know how this one is alive, honestly. They're worse than me when it comes to tricking. And Simon's just like,
Perfect. Great.
what? Simon's just like, who the heck was that? The picture's just like, oh, it's Loki. What do you mean it's Loki? I thought Loki was just a freaking
I
myth.
believe I'm still attempting to find an ATM.
At
Like,
this
I'm
point,
still
at this
failing,
point,
but I'm still
at
trying
this
to find
point,
an
Lil's
ATM.
character would have actually just dropped that ATM off at the place. Like, they're just ransacking the entire downtown district that's abandoned. They're just ransacking it. They are going through and ransacking the place. They're
There
just
could be
like,
ATM at the orphanage.
Oh, we
nah,
have an ATM.
yup.
Okay, why do you assume this town has an orphanage? Not every
Yeah,
town has an orphanage.
this town does not have one. Y'all are just assuming it does. It does not have one.
Where's the
Lil is the only one
nearest
assuming it has an
orphanage?
orphanage. But anyway, as I
Where's
see
the
the
nearest
ATM,
orphanage?
You know, I'm not gonna let you figure that out because you don't have a map.
anyway, as the ATM gets brought to Subway, I'm like, cool. And then I try to beat the ones, and then I look back and be like, this was in the wall. There's no power on it.
What is it? What were we saying?
I was saying I tried to push the buttons, but there's no power to it because it was came out of a wall. So I'm just like, yeah, this thing's dead. Like it was one of those wall ATMs that just got pulled and
Simon's just again trying not to have an aneurysm. Be like, alright, calm down. I can work with this. I think.
This is my life now.
Simon is really struggling to get everyone under control. He is really trying here.
He's trying not to
really
just stand there
struggling to
with
cope.
He's trying really
He's
hard not to break it.
heavily trying, but
know,
it's just no use.
when I joined All for One, I thought, maybe there'll be a change in the world. But no, I'm stuck with these chuckle bugs.
Simon just yells that out loud accidentally, just like, no.
Aw, can't eat more cans of beans.
Oh no!
Wait, what'd you say? Oh, no, by this point, you've gotten like 8 cans of beans from different places, and they've all just returned empty to their owners.
Yeah, I just keep eating beans for no reason. I'm not hungry. I just want
Simon just looking at you like, how are you doing that?
Where are
As
you
I just
getting beans from?
out another handful of beans and just shovel it into my mouth.
Well, we have
The guy
wood,
doesn't
we
even
have the
bother
seafood to deal with a
explaining.
lot of our problems.
And then Simon just like,
We have
Simon is really struggling here. Just like,
Simon's the only character that's like thinking. I just want beans, eat
Simon
berries,
is a
and to burn
psychic
down
with the
orphanages.
quirk based on the mind. It does make sense.
they play an intelligent character. But I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yelp. I am surrounded by morons. That is Simon right now.
He just slowly becomes Scar. You're the hyenas.
And
Yeah.
British. It has no context. He just
Alright,
becomes British.
for narrative reasons, I will say y'all all get what you were doing in the base done, and we move on to y'all executing, well, the first attempt at a plan that Simon was able to convince you of, which is, what are we gonna say he convinced you to do?
We were gonna try and rob an ATM or maybe a store. Just something to get a amount of money for us.
Sure. In that case, y'all go to the non-abandoned districts of downtown, scouting out potential targets. You know, as you do. And Simon, roll me 1d20.
Having to basically keep.
Roll me 1d20 plus
I'm
5.
basically just trying to keep all of their attention and make sure they don't run off and cause
Simon's
chaos
just that
while
one.
we're looking at building.
Simon's just trying to constantly keep them engaged by visually showing up subway surfers or something in their minds. Just, man, these guys' attention spans suck.
Have to keep the That's a 19.
Alright, cool. So as you're looking around, you see someone's trying to sneak away, but you also see, it's a low security bank. They probably don't have much in the way of funds or anything, but it is a low security bank. By your estimate, you don't think any heroes or police would be on the scene for a good 15 minutes or so.
Perfect. How up to date is the tech from what we can see? Like, are they still I want to know if they still have like a vault with money in it, or if they convert it purely to digital.
It's
It's a
a
very important
hybrid.
question.
It's hybrid.
Half liquidated, half not.
Yeah.
What you're saying is got options.
What I'm saying is, Simon would also realize, considering the guy who's eating beans constantly has a TV remote for some reason, he thinks that this TV remote is probably related to tech somehow, and that it's also his power. So, Simon would be like, you know what? This might be a good way to see what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, that is right. And we do have the ATM back at the base, so we could legitimately just have him transfer it onto something, and then we can just. Well, no, the ATM doesn't have any money in it. How
I'm
do we
just
get the work
surprised
access?
Bacon hasn't tried taking control
Can't
of
transfer
anyone
it
in
to
the
an account
party
unless
yet.
I have a bank account.
I haven't tried what?
Taking control of anyone in the party yet. Just like,
I was contemplating it.
just
Like,
like
I
I don't feel
full
like
on
sharing my
contemplating it, and
hand.
then I was
I
like,
don't feel like showing my hand yet.
won't do it yet. Let them run free for a little while longer.
We have. If we want to pull all the liquid assets out, we might need someone's credit card. Or just have the AT. Does the bank have an AT? We'll come to that later. We might just have to steal someone's credit card and have him hold on to it. All right. So immediately turns to the group. We need to formulate a plan here, and to do that,
Just
I
like
need to know what all of you can do.
everyone's just like, oh man, a plan? Come on now. No.
Hold on. Hold on. Like, sticks his hands up. Listen to me.
Lil just
If we
sits
get a
down,
plan, if I
sure.
get to know what you can do, you get to do the fun things that you want to get money. As
Lil's
long as you
just
follow
sitting
the plan.
down now, just like, alright, fine, I'll listen.
Is the fix to
Hold
get the
quick
credit
question.
card
Are we
or debit card?
inside the bank? Or are we outside the bank?
You're outside on like the sidewalk corner.
Cool. I walk into
All
the
right.
bank with a can of beans.
So,
No plan.
Love let's go.
Simon sees this and is about to freaking blow a gasket. Just like, Lil, can you please go drag him out here?
this has the plan.
Okay, I have a plan. I put a suit and tie on and go and act like
Go
I work
learn
there.
business.
Go to
Simon's
act-
like, it's not a good plan, but it's better than half the ones I've seen so far.
yeah.
Okay,
And
I got an idea.
It's better than walking in and holding them at remote point.
I got an
hold on.
Hey,
idea.
I wasn't trying to hold them at
I
remote point.
simply
I was trying to
run up
offer
to
them
them,
a trade.
freeze their momentum, steal their wallet, and run away.
I was
I
gonna
can
Simon's
offer
pretend
just
them
to
a
like,
work there.
trade.
Simon perks up for a minute. Wait, did you say you can control momentum?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
all
yeah,
right,
I
all right.
almost did it. My bad.
Please, everyone, gather around. We need to go around in a circle and say what we can do, so we know so we can have some coherency here.
Simon desperately struggling, man. Just
Not
like,
asking much.
for some of you asking far too much, actually.
It's literally when you get talking stick, brag about yourself.
I say that finally gets all their attention. They're like, alright, fine.
Like picks a stick up off the ground,
Just like,
immediately hands
you
it
get
to
the stick,
whoever's
you
on his
can
right. It
brag
doesn't
about
matter.
yourself, alright? Just freaking tell me what you do. They're all like finally able, like you're able to finally convince them to get in a circle. Just like, oh, thank goodness, this group is a bunch of idiots, huh? Guys, who's starting the talking stick circle?
Who's
Would
to
you
your
do
right?
right?
Who's to my right?
Let's say the pixie is.
That's a good
Pixie in
question.
full 3-foot form, just flying.
You know, it's starting off with a banger.
I take the stick, and because of the weight of the stick, I fall to the ground and be like, I can fly. I'm 3 foot tall, and I can make myself smaller.
You also do have the ability to increase how much you heal with medical checks.
I heal good.
I heal good.
Wait, wait. You're a healer?
Yes, the number
Simon
one is the
just
healer.
completely back. The bitch does not act
Flabbergasted.
like it at the slightest. I'm sorry, what?
And then I just say, I don't judge my methods. And then I kind of kick the
Hello?
and then I kick the stick
Oh,
over
there we are.
to the next person.
Sure. Next person would be would be Lil's character, which means I'm gonna have to type.
I can do whatever I want.
Lil's just like I can
Welcome
do whatever I want
to
as long as it's
full
pertaining to
reality.
speed. And starts phasing through the floor because I feel like
A
it.
little more
Minus
specific.
their slowness.
You know, I know you're.
Lil just starts like phasing through the floor because they feel like it, only to reemerge from the floor.
Just
You
pull
see?
the area on.
All right, phasing, momentum, changing.
Nah,
They
that
just
was just a
elaborate
flaw.
Overall
farther.
speed for
Yes, I can do anything with momentum. I can even stop things from moving
I
entirely.
said open warp reality.
You don't have reality warping. You just have the ability
I
to
know.
manipulate
I
reality.
know.
There's a difference.
they just said they do though.
That's true. Ah, and then we hand the stick over to the snail.
All right,
Oh god, the snail.
this place
I
is
can.
no.
I can control sound waves.
Simon's
Wait,
like,
I
what
can
does
do
that
that
even
too.
entail?
I don't know.
You have your
Uh,
quirk list. Look at your
all
quirk
right,
abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran over the
you
He'll just
control
stop.
sound waves. All right.
Yes. Hold on, there's something else.
You can also change the decibels of the sound. If you lower the decibels, you gain health, and if you
Is there?
increase, you lose health.
Oh god, no. He heals himself with the brown note.
Gosh, dang it!
Oh god.
I
no.
didn't even think about that when I gave him that ability, but you know what?
After I
Fair
ate
enough.
so many
Uh,
cans of Heinz
Oh,
beans.
I don't know why that was
God,
what came to my head. It's just, oh god. He can heal himself
tsunami.
with the brown note.
oh no.
Alright, anyways, now the snail is gone. We passed the
Tsunami.
baton to, the guy who's just messing with the TV remote again.
Funny, or just to have that be an attack now, just called shitty experience.
Now, the guy with the TV remote's just like fiddling
Oh,
with the up and
random.
down volume button, just like constantly touching it and making it go up and down. Just like
Trying to
ADHD
make
brain.
the pixie stop talking.
But the mute button's just not working. She's like, why won't this pixie stop
Not
talking?
yet.
It's like, man, is this pixie immune to not talking or what? What the heck?
All right.
The stick goes to the guy with the TV remote.
All right. You seem to be one of the last ones. What do you do?
Eats.
Just summons a can of beans out of thin air and starts eating them.
And then remote start munching on the beans, and I'm like,
Yeah, and I do a lot of stuff with electronics. Why I have this voice don't
And then, but he
I
says it
can't.
in, but you say it in such a way that it alludes to you're also able to not only do electronics. Like you don't mention that, but you allude to it. Simon would probably pick up on it and just not press further.
So I can actually
Alright,
do more than
electronics.
control sound waves.
Wait, what? What else do you have? I forget.
Oh,
So you know how I
care
actually
to elaborate?
trying to rob a bank?
Wait, I thought we weren't doing that yet.
Oh, well, I actually found out. I forgot that I am rich.
I mean,
You're rich or ripped?
no.
Rich.
You wouldn't
What?
be rich because your archetype is rich kid, sure, but you're not actually rich.
That's what you think.
You know what? Give me a D100. If you roll
Okay.
high enough, I will let you have connections to some rich backers. All right?
Yes.
Give me
Okay.
a
He's doing
D100.
the thing I did to
Okay.
him.
Okay.
If you roll high enough, I will allow it.
Okay. 100.
Yes.
Is that? I got a 1.
Oh,
You do not have any connections because all your connections severed any and all ties with you the second they thought you were dead. And because of that, you are now completely broke. You have no money. And
But
everyone
that-
who you ever try to contact again will have a hit out on your head if you were ever found.
Wait.
but isn't like 1 the highest number?
No.
yes, totally.
Yes.
You
Guys,
not.
the witch.
Let me
If
put
I
it
hear
this way. You
connections
tried. No. Let me put it this way. You try to contact your backers you used to have. And when they hear your voice, they instantly reactivate the bounty they had on your head for 9 grand.
Wait, so you're saying if I kill him, I get money?
Well, none of you know this. Only the snail
Yeah.
knows this. But
What? What if I
Here.
pretended that they killed me?
I'm not gonna say anything on that. That's up to you.
If we fake my death, we get 9
I don't think you
grand.
should trust this party with knowing you have a 9 bounty. I think some people here would actually
Simon
kill you for 9
Simon
grand.
is the only one who would actually know what's going on because he has
But guys,
telepathy. So he's just
the
like,
witch.
no. So what you're doing is Simon's like speaking to you telepathically, like, I don't know that you should trust anyone here with that because Simon would know what just happened. No one else would, and it's just like Simon be like,
I just
yeah, it might not be a good idea.
like I got no idea what they're talking about, but I somehow guess what they're saying. Like,
You know what? Give me a perception check.
Just like
why not?
Give me a perception check. I'll see if you do.
me,
Let's see if you can read the
immediate
lips.
like
Let's see if you can
shadow
read the
falls
lips of.
over Simon's face.
Let's see if you can read the lips over the phone
Just
call.
1d20.
Yeah.
What lips is the snail?
You know what? Shut it.
What? What happened?
Was that yeah, I did understand what they were saying.
Yeah, you understood what they were saying, so you're like, oh, I see how this is. And Simon's face immediately just falls to a, oh, I'm gonna have to intervene again, aren't I? As that's going on, Lila's just going into a freaking, like, convenience store, got all of the scratch off tickets, and got none of the lottery. But now the store is completely out of scratch off tickets.
Fair enough.
Lil didn't pay for any of them,
Is-
too.
I feel like as I'm assuming
Okay, fine. You want to roll, Lil? You can roll 1d100. If you get anything above an 80, I'll give you something.
Single pickle. 63?
And
That's not above 80.
You get half a gumball.
What happened to the other half of the gumball?
I ate it.
They don't just like snatch it out of its hand.
I feel like Octo and Shy would still be talking about the assassination thing, and as they're talking about it, I'm sneaking into the bank. Past them to walk into the bank.
Simon noticing I don't go to his, I'm like, I don't have time to deal with this, man.
If we fake
Wait,
my death,
oh,
we
no.
don't have to rob a bank.
But I want money.
Yeah, we'll get money if we fake my death.
No, I'm not
Like,
going
get
to
more
run the risk
money.
of someone.
Simon is really trying not to lose it here. He's like,
You're
Wait a
making
minute.
Simon have
Where's
an
the other one?
existential crisis.
huh? What? What do you say, Octo?
He immediately starts
Fuck.
looking around. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Looks at the
Just,
bank. Oh no. Simon is just kind of freaking
just
out.
like
Oh no,
tries
what
to
have
use
you done?
just tries to use telekinetic like Jedi mind tricking. You were not trying to rob them. No.
But what if I found a debit card in my pocket?
No.
Somehow try. Did I walk into the bank, or did Simon
Look, we'll
say,
talk about
"Hey,
the snail's bounty
wanna
later.
go
We need to go
mess with
stop him before he does something
You're
horrible.
currently going into the bank with a can of beans in your hand and just shoveling them into your mouth.
Okay. Can of beans about to be completely gone. I am 2 steps away from the front counter.
Yeah.
As I reach the front counter, the can of beans
In my mind, it was
disappeared from my
definitely like you had
hand.
already gotten there before Simon even noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
It's just
Wait,
as you reach the front counter, the can of beans you were eating just disappears into thin air, just like
then I just wipe my face.
the bank teller looks up at you and is like, "Can I help you, sir?" Very confused.
Wait, so this the can of
Like
beans give you like powers like Popeyes?
No. What it is he wanted the
Normal ass
useless
cans of
quirk
Heinz
that
beans.
any time he wants, he could just summon a random can of beans from anywhere in the world, and after 5 minutes, it'll just go back to wherever it was. If there's nothing in it, completely empty.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm like, hi, my name's Michael. Let's call me Mike.
already devolved into.
It's already pure chaos, and I'm loving every second of it. The bank teller looks very confused and says, "All right, Mike, what can I do you for?"
Wait, hold on. Is the bank teller a boy or a girl? That's a solid question, real
There,
quick.
boy.
Are you trying to seduce
Works
him
either
or
way.
Hi.
Works either way.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be a freaking bard now. Come on.
He's like, would you like to go out on a date with my can of beans?
I mean, free food.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, my head hurts. I just sneezed. Anyways, I'll be like, oh, I don't know if you saw, but I got infinite cans of beans.
The freaking Mike Wazowski, like, librarian monster voice, too.
Oh, it is.
Back.
I was wondering if
Go back. Good.
Mike Wazowski
Go back. Listening.
was wondering if you'd like to skedaddle and go grab a bite to eat with some
He just
beans.
slowly raises up like the signature Star Lord
An
middle finger, Jack in
eternally
the
open
Box, just
can
like
of Heinz beans.
no. What he does, he's just being Star Lord, where he slowly raises his finger. out of the Jack in the Box, just like, sorry, not interested. As he does that. Now, what can I do you for?
Roll for it?
No,
What the hell?
no.
And I
Why not?
here.
You know what? Fine. Give me a D100. If you get 95, I'll let it happen. 95 or higher.
Come on, I never asked for anything else in life. Fuck.
Natural one.
Not only do they flip you off, they say screw off and just shut the freaking like window vault, like the window like they have those window like steel plating things,
Can I
and he
touch
pulls it down
touch the
and just
momentum
like,
of the door?
never come back, my good sir. Pulls it down and just walks the freaking back.
Pause the momentum
Me,
of
you
the
have the
door.
same luck. We both got one.
On a D100, no less.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
want
okay. What
the
about this
next
plan?
Odd eyes.
What? Sorry.
Could you pause the momentum of the door?
You're not even
Oh, out
near.
of luck.
Wait, I actually could be. You know what? Sure. Let me roll me a D20 to see if you get there in time.
And then just kind of drop kick the window.
If not, can I throw a copy of Turbo in between the door to stop it?
You know what? Lil freezes the momentum of the door so it
Okay,
don't
okay.
shut.
Let's go.
I guess
I guess we're robbing it in broad daylight, and considering the fact it's
I
already
guess
been
we're going
5 minutes
in guns
since you got.
blazing. Guess this is what we're doing now.
Since it's already been 5 minutes since you guys started this thing,
Oh no, I was
you
just
have
gonna
10
try to
minutes
see
until
robbery.
you have
I just wanted to
trouble,
give
so.
him a second chance.
But to keep all of the people distracted, I turn on the TV and turn on Turbo.
No, you can't do that. You don't have the remote to do it. You'd have to ask Bacon to do it.
Bacon. Can I use the remote?
Well, you wouldn't be able to use it. It has to be him who uses it. But
Bacon. Use the remote.
Can't listen to anyone. Oh.
Hey, could I? Okay, could I change the momentum of Bacon to shoot him through the glass?
What?
if you intend to break every bone in his body, sure.
Never mind.
Keep
Are you
in
trying to
mind,
shoot?
though, your character is the only one who does not feel the effects of the momentum.
Okay, then
Now the
I
real
break the
question.
window to let him through.
Now the real question is, if I summon a can of beans and hand it to Lil, Lil just send that shit through that window.
Does that work?
Depending on how fast the momentum is, yes.
Can I use my sound wave to break the window?
You're just gonna break everyone's eardrums along with it? Sure, why not? Give me a
Yeah, why
control
not?
check.
Okay, okay.
2d6 plus tech.
Okay. Okay, and here we go. Wait, hold on. So I misclicked. Okay. 13.
Alright. You know what? Sure, I'll allow it. Out of nowhere, with no warning whatsoever, the snail just starts blasting the music as loud as he possibly can.
He
And
starts
all the
blasting
glass
it
in the
with his
building
ear.
shatters. Everyone is now slightly deaf, including your allies. Have fun.
But now nobody
Yeah,
can hear
Simon
it.
will act as a sort of relay in everyone's mind so we can still talk to each other.
Simon's like, snail man. Alright, I guess I'll use telepathy.
Sorry, TV is up too loud.
Simon tries to talk to us. I feel like I would just
I guess we're
still
going in
be
guns
yelling.
blazing. Go!
Couldn't hear.
Go, go, go.
Ah!
Okay.
Alright, you know, If y'all
See,
can
I
avoid
got
tripping off any other security, I'll let you get in scot-free. But you have to roll. You have to roll 70 or higher on a D100.
All of
no,
us?
I
Okay.
got
Or
Yes,
just
all
one
of you
of
have
us?
to get at least above 70.
Oh,
It's on
oh,
D100.
we all have
Yep.
really small,
all of us
and I'm going to chuck you
The
like
only
a
one
ball.
who doesn't need to is Kona because he's tiny.
Can I roll with advantage because of the fact that I'm?
You don't need to roll at all. You're tiny. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna be like, wait.
Let's go.
God damn it.
Let's see what everyone else's rolls, and if everyone else rolls fine, I will let it slide, Bacon.
Okay, 65, 76, and 95.
Are we missing one?
Even if
The other one, and you said I don't have to roll.
Missing
Oh,
me.
I-
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I was like, we're missing someone. Ooh.
hold on, one second. Honest. In theory,
Simon, you can actually force a check to work. I'll let that ability work for us too.
hold on. Honest. In
Oh,
theory,
then yeah,
wouldn't
just
I be able
immediately.
to hack the technology security system?
What? You know what? Sure. You can roll. You can add a +6 to it, allowing you to get 71 because you can hack the security system. Sure.
Let's go.
So everyone
It looks like
succeeds.
Simon's just not going. Oh,
Everyone succeeds somehow. I tried making that almost impossible
yeah.
to succeed, but you know what? Sure.
But I could punch the
To be fair, we
vault.
could.
My
We could
brainwaves are warbling the technology.
to be fair, there were a couple ways we could have gone through that. I could have just flown through and disabled the security system.
Oh,
Yeah, but none of you were thinking that, so you know.
We didn't think of that before, so I mean,
Otherwise,
We're time
could I
crunch.
punch the
Just
vault
go.
really, really hard?
What?
Could I punch the vault really, really hard?
I mean, I
in
guess,
your hand.
but I mean, they do have super healing or speed healing, so it wouldn't do much, but still.
Still shatter like every bone in their hand, and then they would have to, in theory, consume enough energy back to be able to gain the.
No,
I mean, look, you could just phase through the door too.
I'm trying
Like,
to
you
figure
don't
out
need to
what-
break it down. You could just phase through it. Like,
Good face.
Oh,
Face
yeah,
through it,
if-
open it from the inside.
grab the money.
What if you spring blast?
I put my ear up to the door and be like,
Simon senses that the snail is thinking about that and is like giving him the death glare. Like, no.
No. Speedster, just face through and open it from the other side.
A-
Let's
And
make
then
it quick and easy.
and then Simon is just like sensing the snail's like, I should use my speakers again, and he just gives the snail a death glare. Just no.
But he uses it anyways.
Alright. Give me a
You know what?
control
Hey,
check.
I no longer have a problem with claiming the snail's bounty.
What that roll?
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll?
Give me 1d6 plus tech.
Okay.
Or not 2d6, sorry.
2d6 plus what?
Tech.
Tech.
Oh, I gotta go.
7.
I'm going to say you just like fail to do anything but blast sound the opposite direction.
Oh, okay. That because I got distracted by
Eh,
the movie Turbo. Out
And
the
then
other
as
direction.
you guys are doing this, the speedster just like gets in the bank, starts phasing out gold and stuff, and then just leaves. And then and then they just aren't even at the base when you guys will inevitably go back. Just like not even there. Just like
Speedster! Speedster!
as you say that, the door finally opens with the vault basically looted. and it's just like no one's there. The speedster's not even there,
There's
and
a single
everything's
can of
looted.
beans in the middle of the room.
Pretty much, yeah. Because speedster went by and grabbed the one out of your hands when you weren't paying attention. So
Single single can of beans with a snail.
So as Simon realizes that we got outdone by the speedster who has now just ditched us, oh, this was eventful, I guess. Face palming very dramatically.
All right, we're getting out of here right now so we don't get caught by the police.
Right as
Tech
you
guy,
say
can
that,
you
though,
wipe the cameras?
right as you say that, though,
What?
you are unlucky because you just crossed the exact time the heroes and police would have responded in game. So, although there aren't any police to show up, it's just a freshman UA US branch.
God damn it!
Ha ha! Hello,
What
WD.
happened?
Hello, WD Gaster. Yes, well, that is what's happening. They are villains. They just robbed the bank because Lil, or the speedster, just basically looted the place, dropped everything off, and is now back at their base just chilling. While the others have to deal with the UA US freshman who just recently claimed his hero's license.
Why did you call me WD Gas?
Okay, what does this dork look like?
That's someone in chat. That's why. That's someone in chat, not you.
Yeah.
Ah,
What does this dork look like? What does this hero look like?
y'all know Zane from Lego Ninjago?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically
Oh my
like
God.
that, but not a Lego.
Oh, so like android,
Cyborg, but yeah.
a cyborg.
But he also has ice powers.
Oh, can he join our team?
Just looks at this guy. No. Leave now.
The cyborg,
No giving you the option. Leave now.
the cyborg Zane
Think about
Lockout's
it.
like,
As a villain, you'll get a fair equal part of the card.
okay, you know what? Actually, whoever is trying to convince him, roll me persuasion. If you get 15 or higher, I'll allow it. 13, you'll have a second chance to convince him after combat. So who's trying to convince him to join? Not even remotely close. They're like, Zane just looks at you with a dead cold stare, like, why would I want to lower myself to the misdeeds of a villain?
Think about it. You would get more money.
Alright.
What if I
Right
talk
as you
to
say that, Lil, right as you say that, they use, let me pull up their ability, so let me double check what I have it as.
Can I
They
also
use ice,
attempt to
they
persuade him?
use Ice Blade, and they create a blade of ice, just out of, well, ice, basically, using their powers, and it's just, it's a hard blue ice sword.
What if he wants to be my friend? We might have a lot in common.
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
We would.
Hey, maybe I wanted to try to persuade him with the can of beans, man.
He would not be. He would not care for a can of beans.
D20 again?
Yes, this is D&D initiative. Roll me a D20.
Of course, I got a 1.
Yeah.
He will go first, but this is to determine who of you goes after him. So.
Oh, damn.
Alright, so we have the
Good job.
snail ironically being the second to go, which is hilarious. That's hilarious. I love this.
I
Alright.
chose the third.
No. Oh, yeah, you are the third, yes. So we have the snail who is going second. But combat starts, and I'm gonna say. I'm going to say. Hold on, let me get my tokens that I have from other campaigns so I can represent this better. Hold on. Where is it? 1 minute, please. You know what? I don't have a token, but this'll work. Just grab the first one I can. I'm gonna say he's like probably by bacon.
Okay.
So bacon.
I
As
got this.
combat
Don't worry.
starts, you see him slashing at you with a ice blade. Which what is your AC? I need to double check that because I need to know what he needs to be.
That's a good question. I just drew like a massive ass blank. When you asked me what my AC was, I don't do D&D often. Is it the
Your
armor
AC
class?
is on your character sheet.
Is it the armor class? Right underneath the
Yes.
HP max?
Yes.
3.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone's got between a 3 and a 5 on in armor class.
Hold on. Oh, I need to roll to see if he actually hits you.
We're talking about an armor class of like nothing.
But
This,
I'm not using D&D dice for this. I'm using a D6, not a D20.
oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, we were really easy to
Oh,
hit.
do y'all not know the system?
Not really.
Yeah, well, we're kind of doing a hybrid of both systems, so it's kind of hybrid of both, but you know.
Have fun.
All right.
All right, so he hits you. He rolled a 6. He hits you.
Badness.
He just slices you clean down the chest with an ice sword that does 2d8 plus, I believe it's 2d8 plus
No.
technique.
As a reaction, you can try to block or dodge by
You
rolling
can.
for
Do you want to?
power or speed.
Do you want to though? I don't remember what I rolled for that one though.
Sure.
What do I roll for?
I'll try to dodge.
What do I roll to see if he actually dodges though? I forget.
If I'm correct,
Octo.
the
What is
person
it?
moves and it minuses the
What were you
roll
gonna
to
say?
hit.
Wait, what?
What?
Never
You.
mind.
All right. So if you're blocking or dodging, you're basically just rolling your power or speed amount of dice. And if you get higher than the attacker, you avoid damage. With dodging, you just avoid all of it. With blocking, you half the damage. But if you fail, if you block, you have a -2 to AC. If you fail a dodge, it does 1.5 times damage.
Alright.
Do dodging.
I'm gonna make that a D20 because that's a little blush jump again. So we're gonna change that slightly for this campaign. So you're gonna roll me a D20, and if you roll higher than I roll on the D20, you'll dodge. That's a lot less complicated.
I'm getting that one, ain't I?
Probably.
Fucking close enough.
I got a nat one though for the character. Alright, you dodge somehow. I'll say you just barely dodge though, so you still take like 2 points of damage.
Fair enough.
Like you're still taking some because you couldn't get out of the way fast enough, but you do dodge enough that you don't
Yeah, I
take
got
the
out of the
full
way
brunt of
by
the
the skin of
damage.
my teeth.
Also, welcome into the chat, WD Gaster. How'd you find the stream if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, we're in the middle, so I had to hold off on fully welcoming you in, but yeah. So yeah, you just barely get out of the way before you're slashed right down your chest. You take 2 damage, and we go to who rolled the highest again? It was Shy. We go to the snail.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
cool. Oh, welcome in. You mind if I just call you WD Gaster instead WD and not WD Gaster because WD is just shorter? Anyway, go ahead. Sure. Sorry.
What now?
It's your turn in combat. Go.
Okay. Let's see. What should I pick? I'll go.
Cool.
See. Do I get pick an ability to use, right?
Yes. But keep
Okay.
in mind, you will also be using stamina to use your abilities. It's not passive.
Okay. I'll use. Um.
The
Sonic Shell.
To be fair, your quirk specifically ignores armor class to begin with, so you don't actually need to roll to hit. But still, so you're just gonna push him back by 15 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, sure. Take 5 stamina,
Okay.
and I mean you can move if you want, or you could just pass the turn. You kind of used your turn, so you can move, or you can pass it to who's next.
I'll move.
Okay, where are you moving to?
I moved all the way up to the top.
You don't have that much movement speed. You have like 30 feet, dude. Which is like
Oh,
3 squares.
okay. So it's moving 1, 2. I'll go here
That works.
with my copy of Turbo.
I love that you just added a freaking copy of it.
Also, I added a orphanage.
We don't have an orphanage in the town. How many times do I have to tell you?
I found it.
No, we don't have one in the fucking town. It's not part of the thing.
We have
My
all the
orphanage.
orphanages.
Hey. Anyways, alright. Who was next? It was freaking Lil? The speedster? Cool. Alright, Lil, what you
Yeah.
doing?
Okay. I can control momentum in any way.
Yes.
I will go up to this man.
Okay, you're gonna go. Which one was you? You, that one. Okay. Yeah. Sure, you
Okay,
go up
I'm
to him.
going to since I have to be in hand range, I'm going to make his momentum down. And since it isn't settled by friction, this man is just about to go shooting down.
Fair enough. You know what? Roll me a control check to see if you actually. Like, a control and technique check to see if you actually, like, hit them with your intended attack, or if you just miss them because you're going too fast. Which will be 1d6 plus the d8 of uh not plus the d8, sorry, plus another d6. All right, 9. You hit them, but it's not square on hitting them. So instead, they just like kind of they take. I'm gonna say they take like 5 points of damage and just like slide horizontally a bit. You were not very good with your aim,
Mm.
but you have created an opening where if y'all want to disengage and try and escape, you could. So,
Oh, yeah, one more thing. I freeze his
Why would I want
momentum.
to escape when I can fuck him up?
fix it else.
I freeze his momentum.
Ay, ay, ay.
As he's sliding, he freezes momentum.
What if I offer him a copy of my Turbo?
Okay,
movie?
wait. So as he's sliding, you want to freeze his momentum so he just stops? Is that what you said?
Hmm?
Do you want to just stop him mid movement with momentum freezing while he's sliding, or what?
Yeah.
Okay,
Now
I'll
he's
allow
stuck
it.
in the ground
I'll allow it. He's
with
just
his
stuck
arms
there.
tethered.
He can't move,
Yep.
and he's just like, "What'd you do to me?" But because you did do that, you are now unable to use your quirk for the next 2 turns.
Oh,
That is actually his ability. He has ice. His quirk is Ice Cracker. He has ice, but he also has the passive that
he's a cracker.
basically he has disable from Pokemon. That's basically
We
what
are
he
in
has.
America. There's a good chance he's white.
Brandon, I swear. No. But basically,
He's the one that said he's a cracker.
one of his like actual abilities is he has disable from Pokemon. So
Alright.
and Lil just learned this the hard way. Because Lil can no longer use their speed for anything for the next 2 turns.
I mean, they can't do anything
Well, they
until 2
can
turns,
break out, though, if they overpower your
but
ice.
their momentum is frozen.
Yeah, but they could still challenge it by rolling.
They would have to challenge to break
Look,
out of the momentum.
willpower
Break out
is
of the
something that
ground.
would break. If they have enough freaking willpower, they could break out of it. Which means if he rolls high enough with his will, he will break out of it. All right,
Okay.
that is how that works. Anyways,
He just
so
doesn't
Lil.
want us to
have to
destroy
wait
his
to do that.
precious citizen.
So, anyways, we now pass it to who
See
came
what
after
you're
Lil.
saying?
Hold on.
Brandon's next.
We now pass
Was
it
it?
to the TV remote. Got it.
I'm on.
Yay. I got no idea what I would do. I don't have a lot
Oh
of
wait, no, it's
combat
Simon.
skills.
Simon's next. Brandon's next after Simon. Okay, Simon, you're up.
Oh, alright.
Oh.
Seeing that we have the opportunity to just walk out of here, Simon's just gonna start walking. He's literally just gonna walk out of here, like purposely step on the guy as he's walking out, and just say to him as he goes.
So
Don't
Simon,
don't try and hurt yourself getting up, Rust Bucket.
Simon, because he's not currently like threatened by any police or anything, because they thought this hero course student would be able to handle you. We're just like, alright, I'm out, and just walks over the guy and steps away, heading back to the base. Trying to be undetected, like
Let me
trying to
say
be
my line.
untraceable. Alright.
Don't try and hurt yourself getting up, Rust Bucket.
I just say that, he just like grits his teeth very angrily, and as a reaction to that, despite it not being his turn, he's just like trying so hard to muster all his strength to break free from the freezing of momentum. And he is going to roll a D100 to see if he actually does.
Just, oh no, if he breaks his momentum on standing on him.
No.
Oh, you're lucky. He needed a 60 to pass. You are so lucky. You are so freaking lucky. He's like, you won't get away with this as you just leave.
I feel him like struggling against it, almost breaks out. Just grind my heel into him a little bit as I step off his face.
Just oh yep, this is chaos and I love every second of it. Alright, and is everyone else wanting to continue or we're just ending combat or what's going on here? Because Simon is now gone, he's dipped. He's out.
I follow suit. I can of beans at the dude.
Alright, we have the guy who has a TV remote pull a can of beans and just chuck it at the guy. Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, they already got away with it.
Like,
This guy was
open can of beans.
just what the police said to deal with them, and he failed. But they got away with it long before this encounter because the speedster kind of just looted the place and left the others to dry, and then decided to come back for the fun of it. So, you know. Anyways, so we're all leaving combat then.
Wait,
Unless the
can I try
pixie
to
wants.
can I try to friend him?
He looks at you with a death
The
glare.
friend?
I will never friend you, you stinking villain scum.
But I offer him my
He smacks.
movie.
He can't really move anything but his arm, but he smacks it onto the ground, breaking the disc
He
inside.
can't move, but he stomps on that movie.
No. What he
He
does,
stomps
he
on
can't
it.
move anything. He can't move anything but his arms. He smacks it out of your hand, and it is with so much force it shatters the disc inside the movie.
A psychic guy.
It's the only copy
Break
in
his
the world.
mind. Let's get a new teammate.
I'll just use my new copy. This is my way.
Well, anyways, y'all have successfully robbed a hybrid bank as villains. You know what? Fair enough, I guess.
It only took me to lose one copy of my favorite movie.
And when you have like
Only
70
copy
of
the
them,
movie.
when you have like
No, I have
70
like
copies.
50 copies. But like one of them, oh gosh, you can never have too many.
Watch this guy come back later and
Oh, he absolutely is coming back later. I will let you know this now. He is coming back later. You did not
Good.
end him. He is coming back later.
Because he regretted not taking the movie.
Good.
No, because he regrets letting you walk free. That's why he's coming back later.
He did not let us walk free. We let him live.
I know.
Yeah,
He
and
was
he
going-
can't live
We
with that, so he
figured
will
it
come
out.
back for you. I'm gonna tell you this now. He will come back for you. Much stronger, too.
Okay, simple. Do the same thing, but shoot him.
He just gets a freaking
We're
gun
gonna
in
do
the
the same
speedster
thing, but this
hand.
time we're just gonna jump him as we freeze him.
Do the same thing, but this time we're gonna just dump him.
Well,
What if I-
at this point, everyone is now back at the subway base. Y'all are all like facing it. You have a bunch of gold and stuff just lying around from the successful heist because the speedster decided to put everything in the center of the place. While y'all were trying to get past the guards and the doors and stuff.
Then I run to the nearest orphanage.
You have no clue where that is, so you'd have to circle the earth to try and
No,
find
no.
it many times over.
I found it.
Nope, you would not know where it is.
It's right here.
No, it's freaking
It is
not!
right here. I found it.
No, it's freaking not!
It's right over
It
there,
says
man.
on
We
There
found
is
it.
no
in the title.
orphanage in this town, alright?
Nah,
What
when
do you
did I
mean? It's
say
right
I was
over there.
staying in this town?
There's two.
I
You
said I
know,
was running to the
Gaster, that
nearest
is a good
orphanage.
point, but I'm not able to help them with metagame knowledge, so, you know. That's a good point.
What?
Nothing. There is no orphanage here! Stop it!
There's two. There's not this one.
No, there's
What happened to
not.
them?
I
I
deleted them
went
because
to
they
the
don't
nearest
exist.
What did you
orphanage.
do to the orphanages?
I know.
Lil,
We
you
got
have
rid of them.
See,
Lil, you have to
we must
roll
create
me.
an elaborate plan to build an orphanage so we can burn it down.
No worries. I got a blueprint ready.
Lil, why are you getting like
Spend
this?
the next 3 years
3 years later.
writing.
orphanage is finally done.
Okay, just as a bit of advice, I'm going to say this as the voice from the heavens that is representing Loki. Y'all need to actually make the money you took from the bank dirty money, because you would not be able to spend clean money since you are villains. Just going to say that now.
Hey, you want to know?
Okay, hold on. How are we not able to spend clean money?
Okay, think
Y'all
about
don't
it.
exist. Y'all don't have accounts, and it's not like it's gold. It's not actual money.
Cash is cash.
No, it's
Even if
gold.
it's
It's
gold,
not
we could
actual
just
money.
Yeah, we have hard
go
cash.
to a pawn shop.
Pawn shops.
Fair enough, I guess, but y'all need to find a pawn shop. There is no orphanage here.
Anyways, hear me
It's
out.
been, it was we
Hey, I
built
just
one.
said I would run to the nearest orphanage.
In the
Never
next
said it was in this
couple
town.
of years, building an orphanage,
I know. I need to
adopting in
destroy
children,
it like
taking care of
nothing.
them, raising them.
That's
Hold on,
it.
raising them. Can I have child soldiers?
Hey, think about it. I got an even better idea than going to the orphanage. I go
You
to
know
the
what? No, I
hospital.
like that idea. So you know what? Sure, you can have an orphanage, but it's right next to the hero, like HQ, with the hero guarding it at all times, and two pro heroes guarding it at all times as well.
Okay, where should I put the
Okay.
orphanage?
It's
I
actually
simply just walk
Captain
in
Orphanage is
and
guarding
adopt
it.
a child.
You have Captain
Captain
Celebrity.
Orphanage.
You have Captain Celebrity guarding it, with Skycrawler guarding it, as well as
Oh.
many. You are not getting near this orphanage. Alright?
Simply
And the
just
adoption
walk
process
in
is near
and adopt a
impossible.
child.
Okay, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Has
As-
anyone ever watched Phineas and Ferb? Perry is
Say that again?
unrecognizable when he puts on a fedora.
You
Well,
are
I put on
you
the
are
fedora.
very sorely
Camera
mistaken,
footage
my
of it.
friend.
Why?
Nobody has camera footage.
Y'all are never
But
getting
that's
to
the
that
thing.
orphanage,
We
by the
gotta
way.
protect the kids.
You have Captain Celebrity, Skycrawler, and freaking what's another popular hero in the US? I'm blanking right now. And there's one more there.
Odd Eye.
Sure. Well,
How
you
is
know what? Why not?
Skycrawler there?
Y'all go.
Is
You
It's
go
just
ahead and
Okay.
try.
look.
You
Okay.
will not. I will tell you. You have to roll a 25 to win. So,
Okay. Out of what?
20. You have to roll a 25 of 20. It's
So
impossible for you to win.
what? Why are you making it impossible?
Because they're gonna know it's you under a fedora. It's not.
They
No,
don't
they
have
won't.
cameras.
Yes,
because
they
it is
will.
impossible.
Have
It
you ever
is
watched
They
Phineas
literally.
and
don't have
Ferb?
camera
Yes,
footage.
I have, and that's dumb. Because that's not how that works. So, you are not getting away with it.
Unrecognizable with a fedora on.
It's Dr. Doofenshmirtz
Odd Eyes.
closet.
What?
Could I just pick up homeless children?
It's Dr. Schmirtz.
Could you do
closet.
what?
Homeless children.
Why do you.
What if we
I
send in a
run
can of
really,
beans?
really
Why are you
fast.
so obsessed with collecting children?
We gotta make a mob.
What if we send in a can of beans to adopt the children?
We're not gonna allow
Like-
this because I don't feel like dealing with
We
trouble
don't-
on YouTube and Twitch,
I
so
mean,
we're just
Gas
gonna
Boy
ignore
himself
this.
said we
And
are
move
going to
on.
spend more
I
time
hate
running
it.
after the orphanage than doing the actual plot.
Guys, we're not doing
We
this
need
because I don't
more
feel like
like
dealing with
a
YouTube and
place
Twitch. So move on from this and let's forget about it, alright?
Absolutely.
I don't feel like dealing with
I
YouTube and
can't
Twitch.
hack the system.
No,
Be-
because I don't
to
feel
make
like
them
dealing with
think
No.
I'm
YouTube
a
and
loving
Twitch.
parent.
You know what? That's a
Can't
great
do it.
idea. Actually, you know what? Sure.
We need to
Yeah,
focus.
actually, no. You know what? Sure. Y'all want to go try to get into the orphanage? Sure. But they have anti-speedster traps and every countermeasure against every type of intrusion. So go ahead. Let's see how this goes.
I have one
Focus on them.
question.
I'm not an intruder. I'm a can of beans.
Adopt a child.
I
What's
have
your
one
question?
Am I tall or am I really short? As a snail,
You're,
like snails.
you're the same size as a normal human. You just are a snail.
Can I be the size of a
That's
snail?
No.
crazy.
Dang it! I could squeeze in there.
Nope.
Odd eyes,
What?
odd eyes. I'm not trying to intrude. I walk up because they do not have the camera footage.
They don't have the camera footage, sure, but they know there was a break-in at a local bank, so
Yeah, how
you're
would they
gonna
know it
have
was me?
suspicion on you at all times.
Wait,
But how would
what
they
if
know it
I?
was me? They're not going to suspect a random person who walks in the orphanage.
Because here's the thing: this city is lined
There's
with a
two
bunch of.
witnesses.
Yes, there was. There was the hero y'all left alive. By the way,
One, he is
I
still
killed
stuck
him.
in the ground.
Beans.
yeah, but it's
Sorry,
now
what?
been far longer that he would have been gotten by the police and had a report stated. Like this is much later on. Y'all have
What
been
if I?
ratted
Lost his
out.
memory, can of beans.
Wait, what if I make a distraction with my sonic blast, and then someone else goes inside and adopts the
They
children?
have sound dampeners. Sorry, not happening.
But
No,
but
Just
I'm.
is
I'm
is
not
this a
Why
trying
do
to
you
do
want to
distraction?
anything.
adopt a child?
I'm not trying to do anything
What is
sneaky. I simply
We
walk
want
up
the
and
its
gently
children.
goal
touch the
here?
child.
As you guys
For the
as
child
you guys are
army.
trying to break into this place to get,
I'm not breaking in.
as you guys are trying to get in at
I
all,
walk in
because
through
you
the
were
front
ratted out
door.
by the hero Zane Lockout. Uh, well, let's just say you.
Liberally using that
Yes,
you guys. I'm not a part of this.
all of you get taken to
He is a
jail.
part of it.
I can't since I
I would just like to
can't.
say I did no
No.
such. I did nothing against that hero. All I did was sneak in with them.
So since I
Yeah,
can't.
but
I'm
anyone that is even close to the group all gets put into jail. Like they're all handcuffed with meta dampening cuffs, and you're all
Okay, but
taken to jail. So
Wait,
but
wait.
then that means we
I
would arrest a
I,
bunch of
I was
innocent people.
But snails are really slimy. They slide right out of
no,
the
they don't.
cuffs.
They have
What?
specific cups
I'm not part
for
of
you
this.
specifically.
Okay. Since I'm going to
You
jail,
are part of this.
can I at
Simon.
least give one of my copies of Turbo to the orphanage?
You know what? They let it slide because it's a copy of Turbo.
Yes.
You're
Even
going with
copy, it's
you're
filled
going with
with.
Gasser's plan, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Because I'm not letting you guys get near the page. I don't feel like dealing with YouTube and Twitch. Alright?
There's
Legitimately,
nothing
I didn't want
wrong
to
with
do
us
any of
going
this.
into
I
the
wouldn't have gone
orphanage.
with
Don't
him.
worry.
Honestly, the only people who were
You
agreeing
guys
to
are
the idea
psychopaths.
was me and Shy.
I don't care. All of you are going to jail because I'm not dealing with this, alright? So
I
y'all
don't
have to break out of
understand
jail
why
now.
the
Why
reaction to the
me?
I just
What?
I
I was
just would like
helping
some child
argue with you
soldiers.
against them.
You're only going because you're with them and you were part of the bank robbery earlier. That's why.
Wait, question.
No,
So
I
you
wouldn't have gone with them. I don't care about orphanages
Alright,
or
you know what?
children.
You know what? Do a persuasion check. Roll me a d20 to see if you can convince them that you had nothing to do with this whatsoever.
can
And
I
then just let you
can I
go.
also roll to convince them that I have to go to witness protection
Sure!
because
Because
I
you
am
gave
wanted
him
by a
turbo?
no I'm wanted by a gang. Remember for 9 grand.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
You're wanted
Sure,
by
you
a
know what?
gang.
I'll allow it. So, both of you roll me d20s. Alright, Simon
17.
succeeds.
Okay, huh?
Simon's like, you know what? You're right. You're on a close eye, but you'll be free. These four these three are going into the slammer though.
Did I try to
Free.
convince them
Just
that I
like
was just trying to
sees the
defend
police
myself?
approaching, just like immediately puts
And
his hand,
then the snail fails
backs
to
away.
do so
Hey,
because they
I'm not a
don't
part of
believe
this.
he has any type of
I like to
bounty on his head.
I like
So,
to imagine as I'm getting the cuffs on, my wings just stop flapping, so I just fall to the ground face first.
Did I
you
try to
know.
convince them that I was
Blam!
just trying to defend myself? Because this man
Wait,
did start randomly attacking
Oh,
people.
I will also mention
Eventually,
y'all
I
don't
felt
have
threatened
bail.
by him.
Y'all actually have to break out. Y'all don't have bail. So,
oh, I was going to say we get hoping Simon can bail us out.
nope, y'all don't have bail.
Ba-
So Simon is free. Everyone else
bail
goes.
you out. I'm
Simon's like,
I'm barely. I don't think I can associate with you.
Can't you think I could
Simon's like,
trade?
Simon's like, I don't want to associate with you. We don't want this. Why would we go after children? What the
Look,
heck is
Trick
wrong with you?
question. Even in jail, can I still summon beans?
No, you have your powers completely dampened.
Shit, we gotta get out of here as quickly as possible.
Wait, question. Even if I'm in jail, can I trade all my Turbo copies for like weapons and stuff?
You know what? Give me a perception check to see if you can spot anyone who would be able to get things done in jail.
Okay. So like, should I type precision?
Now it's a
I'm
D20.
sorry.
Okay, D20.
I'm just gonna generally say I'm sorry.
The only reason they were able to catch a speed search because they were distracted. That's the only reason.
I was trying to legally adopt the kids and they randomly handcuffed me, slammed my head against the table, got knocked out, and now I'm in
Legally is
jail.
a far stretch from it, but alright, sure.
Just
I
because I look
literally
like a
I don't
signed
villain
get
and
the
y'all's
I got the
obsession with
paperwork.
voice,
children.
I was signing the paperwork.
No, you freaking weren't. You
just
weren't even
because I
allowed
look
in.
like a villain
Keep in
and
mind,
I had the
you
voice.
have no actual ID. You are not allowed to do things legally because you don't exist anymore. That you literally do
Yeah.
not
Anything that
exist.
requires
You
legal
can't
paperwork,
do
you
any
can't do.
legal paperwork. You are not a person anymore. You have legally been declared dead for years.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Just
I have
just
told you this many
because
times. You are
Yeah, I
declared
forgot.
legally dead. You cannot do things
because I
that
look like
require
a
legal
villain and I
paperwork.
sound like a dying goat doesn't mean that they need to arrest me. I did nothing wrong.
So since I roll a 13, can I trade my copies in jail for weapons and stuff?
Honestly, you
I
guys
will
deserve to
say
be in
you.
there.
I will say you find someone who
I
is
did
willing
nothing
to
wrong.
help you if you are willing to get them something first.
Yes. Yes. A copy of Turbo.
No, something else.
Odd eyes.
What?
Who's not happy with a copy of Turbo?
Could I use
On your knees, man.
alien in plain sight?
Wait, what?
Sorry, I mean blend in.
None of your powers work. You have power dampening cuffs on you.
No, this is our archetype move.
Oh, then sure.
Okay then, I just go invisible and just kind of walk out.
They have heat-seeking cameras. Sorry.
Okay, so what does that
Also,
one guy want
it's a clean
to
sale.
trade?
Kind of hard to
Come on,
get out even if you're invisible.
They have thermal cameras. Sorry.
come on, man.
Look, jail to jail. I went back to the subway.
I mean, WD. I don't think they have any rights because they aren't legally alive. Like they are declared dead. So
What about my court case?
again, you're legally declared dead.
It doesn't matter. That is not constitutional.
Look, man, I don't. I'm going with the.
We're not allowed to argue about the Constitution.
Yeah, you're villains. I don't think they give a crap.
Oh, we
I
do.
honestly don't.
I don't think you can argue about the Constitution while trying to sneak into an orphanage.
Especially
To
not with
get
the charge of
children
you
as a
being
villain.
fine.
Hey,
You know what?
arrest him.
Y'all get due process. Have fun with that.
Wait, so since he didn't want to trade movies, what if I give him a orphanage?
Y'all have 3 days till due process in your court case. So have fun
Oh,
with
I
that.
fully meant that as a joke. My bad.
Y'all have three
You've done
days.
this to us.
Y'all have 3 days till your court case. So you can either
You know
break
what?
out
I'm
or
just
wait.
gonna go in jail. I deserve it. I was the one being
I'm
stupid.
going to bribe the judges with copies of my movie.
They're not, dude. They're gonna put you in jail on death. They're gonna put you in death row for bribery or some crap.
I know
Oh,
I'm already black there. I'm just surprised they didn't shoot me.
but I'll get good credit for donating a DVD to the orphanage.
Not if you're trying to bribe the judge.
But don't I get some good credit for donating to the orphanage?
No.
No, don't bribe the judge and you'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Be degenerate, man.
But I was just hoping I'll get like a
Oh,
short,
this group
like a
is so
short
chaotic.
sentence.
I love it. Oh, man. Alright, anyway, so y'all waiting the 3 days, you trying to find a way out.
Hey,
I mean, I'm like
Yeah.
3 foot. Couldn't I
Octo,
randomly just
Bacon,
squeeze
can
through
you
bars?
let us out?
I mean,
I'm
currently
in
you're in
jail
your
with
3 foot tall form, Kronos, so you are not able to actually squeeze through bars.
Damn it!
Wait, am I in jail as well, or am I chilling outside?
You are in jail.
Because
You are in jail.
I didn't
My
do
bad.
shit.
Octo, Octo,
You were with the
Oh,
I
group.
was there
No.
vibing.
No.
Y'all can't.
No.
Are you,
you
wait,
all that
hold
money.
on, hold on. Are you using your phone call to talk to Octo? Because otherwise you are not able to
He
speak
has
to
psychic
Octo. He's not
abilities.
with you.
oh, that's
Yeah, but it
true.
only works within 30
Quick
feet.
My
question.
psychic abilities have a range.
Oh,
Quick question, Ryan.
What?
Do we have access to computers?
Or a TV.
Your TV
Because
remote does not have any effect with your powers dampened, if that's what you're getting at.
nope, that's not what I was gonna ask. Because most prisons, or even
No,
like
they have
holding
video
jails,
footage, WD. They have video footage of them robbing the bank at least, which was
I got a
mostly what they
question.
got
How?
caught on, but Simon just managed to basically persuade his way out of it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Odd Eyes?
Yeah.
How would the cameras see me? The
They
only
have
part they
heat
would see was me
they
going
have
up.
thermal cameras at places around the city, alright?
Still,
You
Right, but
realize speed makes you a lot more heat. Like you're a lot hotter when you're going faster, right?
that just means it's gonna get really bright. That would mean that wouldn't mean it's me.
what my
You are not
Sonic
the
Blast?
only speedster in the world. You realize they have countermeasures for speedsters, right? You are not the only speedster in the world. Overdrive existed. There are other speedsters in the world. Tenya
But then
Ida
how
is a
can I be one of
character.
them?
true.
They have countermeasures for super speed.
You know
Tenya
what?
Ida
I would
existed.
try to
I
argue
think you may be
more,
the only.
but I see I'm being very annoying, so I'll stop.
They have countermeasures for speedsters. You're not getting away with that.
What my Sonic Blast break the cameras?
No. They have soundproof glass.
Bank?
That
Yes.
wouldn't make sense.
Listen to me.
Why would the bank
Listen to me, all
glass
you
not
guys.
be
Hey,
soundproof?
I
But the
know.
camera
Listen to me,
glass
y'all.
would.
Listen to me, y'all.
Look, man, y'all are arguing too
just
much. I'm
listen.
trying to tell a story, and y'all keep
Just
trying to
try.
freaking change it,
Notice.
man.
Listen to me, y'all. We let them put us into prison. We
Technically,
get computer.
eyewitness
I
testimony
hack
is a faulty
into their
source.
systems.
If there's no footage or anything other
People
than
are this next
circumstantial
week.
evidence, the fully safe. That means all they have is one guy in trespassing.
I take all the credit for the robbery.
Well, if someone admits to robbing, then you're not off the
I'll
hook.
take
So
all the credit and let all my friends go.
yeah,
I
but here's the
blame
thing
all
about
of the
that plan. If
robbers on
you
him.
admit
not
that
how
you
that
were
works.
part of the
Ben was
robbery, you would
threatening
also
me
be
and
ratting
threatened
out
to hurt
every
me.
one of your allies because they were seen with you.
They
So
had nothing to do with it.
You
Check
literally
my
they would
pockets.
not believe that because you just told on yourself if that were the case.
It was all me.
Odd eyes?
What?
Did I tell the cops he was actually threatening to hurt me and my family
You know
and
what?
I
force
threatened
me to
Fine.
rob
everyone.
the
You
bank?
know what? Fine. If y'all want to somehow try to convince the cops that the snail was the mastermind behind it all,
Do it.
which I'm gonna say you need a very high DC to beat, I will allow it.
Do it.
I mean, he's also confessing that
Ah,
he did it.
Sure, he's confessing, but
Wait
this
a
is
minute.
also a snail who just gave a copy of Turbo to an orphanage. It does not seem very threatening at all.
I'll get good credit for that, so maybe I'll get like release.
Yeah, no, that's my
Ah,
point. Is this is a
you
snail
know,
who is like the least threatening person in the entire world.
Just give me a TV, I'll be good.
Socially, man, because
Yo,
I've
I
been
will
trying to
recite
say
the
this
rest
for
of
a
Simon.
this.
good 20 now.
Simon's just like, I'm gonna just let these guys take the fall, man. What the heck?
I've been trying to say this for
yeah,
like a good
le-
10, 20 minutes
legitimately.
now. You let me take the fall. I go to prison. I get computer time. And then, because I get computer time, I hack their system. And I make it so I'm released the next day.
You know what? Sure.
Yay.
I'm like, that would be the best way.
All right. So instead of everyone getting taken, the only one who gets taken is Brandon, the Universal TV remote, who says, "It was me. I have the ability to control people temporarily with my TV remote," and takes the full fall, letting everyone else scot free. For the most part. I mean, and then he goes to jail. So we follow everyone but Brandon back to the subway, where y'all were talking about the spoils of your heist, and now we cut to Brandon, who is in solitary confinement for the day.
Sorry, convenient.
Yeah, you get no beans.
No
With his
beans.
powers
My
dampened.
beans. I still have power dampeners. Well,
His,
Yup.
his powers dampened just means the beans aren't in a can, they just fall to the floor.
You
They
know
get
what?
like all
Sure.
gory.
Sure.
Get covered in dust and all that.
they just keep wondering where the fuck I get all
Mm.
these beans
It's
from.
like, how are you getting those?
You just
Oh,
gotta
that's
get
that's
beans.
funny.
Hashtag free TV. He did nothing wrong. Uh huh, sure.
Free, free 'em.
Anyways,
Hashtag keep that man in
you
jail. He
have
did
you have
everything
a
wrong.
court case in 3 days, Brandon. All
Can
right.
can I be can I be his judge? Like his attorney?
You know,
In three
if you want to
days.
impersonate a lawyer and add
My
charges,
own
sure.
executioner.
No, like I'm actually like a lawyer. Like
No,
I
you're
won't be
not.
impersonating.
You're not. You're a freaking criminal. You have no documentation. You are not legally a lawyer. You have not gone to school for being a lawyer. You would be impersonating a lawyer or a
That means
law
to
official.
go through the entire bar system. Learn.
Yeah, yeah. Just stay in a couple more years. Push back that court day.
Learn.
Wait, Octa. Use the money we got from the bank
All
to
right.
bail out.
He has no bail
No.
I
because
don't
he
have
took the
bail.
full brunt of you guys robbing a bank.
But
Mm.
as attorney, I
Yeah,
can get him a bail.
You're
Then
not a
that's
lawyer.
where
If it was
You
up
would
that's
to
be
where
me,
Tucker
impersonating a
will
lawyer.
you will go to jail for that.
Well, yeah, but
if
they
it was
won't
up
know
to me,
that.
all of y'all would
They
stay in
will
jail.
know that, actually.
If I wear a fedora, they won't.
I am the one constantly contradicting. I know that's not gonna work. They have documents on lawyers.
Yeah, you aren't getting away with that.
But don't all like lawyers wear a
The,
fedora?
No,
I'll
they
be like,
don't.
I'm part of the gang.
If
Anyways,
it was up to me, you would all still be in jail.
anyways,
I wasn't even part of that. I was trying to
anyways,
flirt up a assistant, and then you guys just decided to explode the bank. So
anyways. So it's the next day, and Bacon has been led out of solitary confinement for all of 1 hour on the
Bacon.
slowest computer they have in prison.
Free bacon.
You got 1 hour on a computer, Brandon. Make it count. Your power dampeners have been turned off for the time being. I don't think you can do crap.
okay.
At least not
That's
much.
real for them.
Well, okay, I should say this. They've
Like
weakened
a
your
hack
power
system.
dampeners. They don't allow you to, like, they still don't have it so you can control others, but you can hack technology because they don't know you can do that. I should
Wait, so
rephrase it like that.
with the money we got from the bank, can
Sorry,
we
what?
hire an attorney?
Can we stop? Brandon, what were
I
you
don't
saying?
know.
Like to hack
What? You're cutting out, by the way.
to
Oh,
like
it is impossible?
I
You're
would
you're cutting out a
like to
lot.
use this to God damn it, give a second my phone.
Give check my. That's all I heard.
Yeah. Sorry if it seemed like I was talking over you. You kept cutting out, so I
Oh,
couldn't hear.
trust me, W. I'm already going insane, and we haven't even been live for longer than 2 hours and 40 minutes yet. I'm already losing it.
Anyways, like I was trying to say, I would like to try to hack into their system to make it so it seems like they put me out on bail
Or
for
parole.
$20.
All right, give me
We're not
a
spending $20 on you.
D20 with advantage plus tech.
Oh, 1 second.
If
So
not, what
roll
if we
two
hire an attorney?
D20, roll 2D20, add the tech, and take the higher of the two.
So roll 2d20, add 10.
Add tech. Your technique.
Oh,
Tech.
dude, I'm fucking tired of shit right now. So
Yeah,
I add
after
10.
this, we're gonna end the stream here. But
Okay.
Okay, fun.
I should
What
note
is
while
the
we're waiting for that, we also are doing D&D Thursday for the different group for anyone who's interested in watching that. So there's that too.
wait? Don't I get
You're getting advantage because you
more
have up in tech.
advantage with computer whiz?
Yeah, that's why you have advantage. It's a computer.
Oh, dude, I'm really goddamn tired right now.
It's a
So, okay.
computer. That's an advantage.
So I roll 2d20.
Yes, and you take the higher of the two and add your technique.
Damn. So so 7.
You know what? Narrative override. I'll say you won anyways.
Thank you.
So, you now have a bail of 20. It has been posted, and I'm assuming someone's gonna come bail you out for 20 bucks.
Probably the pixie.
Probably. At that point, we are
No,
ending the stream
guys.
here. What? What? Wait, what?
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
I say no. Don't pay his bail. Leave him in there for a couple of days. He needs to
Oh
learn his
no!
lesson.
Narratively,
I didn't
we're,
do
we're
shit. I
narratively
was
we're
trying to flirt.
narratively we're doing it this way for convenience sake, really. But I mean, yeah, I'll look forward. But
I was trying to flirt with the person.
we're
You
gonna
guys robbed the bank.
we're going to end the stream here.
I just infiltrated it.
We're going to end the stream here, and see y'all next time. Freaking, this has been pure chaos. So, yeah, fun.
I didn't speak for like the first
times.
30 minutes because there's